a program like this, you want to have a sense of unity and a sense of family, because you want to know that at the end of the day, we're going to be there for each other.
Ain't sufficient people there for them to floss.
Yeah, they waiting for everybody else to finish so they could be the main and the showstopper.
In 2015, the biggest lesson was to be on Bay Street on that.
At the House of Assembly, I'm Lakush Lapinder. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Thanksgiving Thursday, our favorite food holiday right after Christmas. I'm Anthea Ferguson and welcome to What's Trending. I'm pretty sure you can feel it. The holidays are getting so much closer and we've got a show packed with style, spice, and some serious business breakdown. Whether you're looking to elevate your gifting game, remix those Thanksgiving leftovers, or make sense of the latest Campbell soup debacle, trust me, you're in the right place. Coming up in today's show, get ready to level up your holiday gifting game. We've got Nassau Script Co. in the studio, and Leanne is here to show us how a little handwritten magic can turn your Christmas cards and gifts into something truly unforgettable. This is the holiday hack you didn't know you need. And if you're not on your third Thanksgiving plate as yet, what are you really doing? Bring your taste buds because we have a chef in studio to show us how she takes your traditional Thanksgiving favorites and gives them a true Bahamian twist. Chef Shawnette is in the house. From island flavors to creative remixes, your leftovers will never be the same again. And it's time for Economics. Have you been keeping up with the Campbell soup debacle? We dig into what happened, why it matters, and why everyone is talking about 3D printed chicken. Don't go anywhere. What's Trending? We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Brett Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales here at CBS Bahamas. When it comes to delivery, we've got you covered. For our Family Island customers, we offer complimentary drop-off to the mailboat of your choice. And for our Nassau customers, island-wide delivery is just $5, no matter how much or how little you may order. Shop online today at cbsbahamas.com.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Dum dum dong. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Dum dum dong. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong.
What you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, that included, but
I need the $10 special plate.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Is all about making people feel special, and today we're diving into a beautiful art form that does exactly that. Joining us now is Leanne Key, the founder and lead artist of Nassau Script Co., a boutique studio known for its elegant handwritten details and luxe personalization work. With nearly 9 years of experience, Leanne and her team have been adding heart, artistry, and hospitality to gifts, events, and special moments all across the Bahamas. And today, she's here to show me how to bring that same magic to our very own holiday cards and presents. Welcome to What's Trending, Leanne.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for coming. So almost 10 years of Nassau
Almost
Scripts
10 years.
I can almost say I remember from once you came. I remember when you started. So what has kept you in this for so long?
I think it has been such a rewarding journey in terms of how the industry has evolved. So when I first started, I was doing wedding signage, but as that particular section of the industry grew, I was looking for more ways to step out and be different. And through going to different conferences and doing a lot of research, that engaging the industry in that way really made me want to investigate how I could bring some of the trends I was seeing across the globe back home. And that constant learning really is what keeps me engaged.
Yeah. How did you first know that people would even care about good handwriting? And did you always have good handwriting?
I did, but I just was telling a friend the other day that I feel like my life has been like these building blocks. So I had good handwriting in high school, but I left that behind to pursue corporate Bahamas. And then I was always the person that people would ask to write on cards and write wedding invitations. And it wasn't until my hairdresser at the time asked me to do a chalkboard for her salon that I was like, and we kind of had
a light bulb moment.
We had a barter system. She would do my hair, I would change her chalkboards, and that's really where Nassau Script Company came to be.
Wow, and you did my wedding invitations and signage. I remember that, yes. And so now you're running your company and working with corporate Bahamas and doing all these events and doing all these personal stuff. What exactly do you see next for Nassau Script Co?
So what's trending right now is live events. People are looking to have that customized, personalized experience when they go into a luxury boutique or when they go to a corporate event. And so recently we have been adding, and I say we because I've added a few team members that allow us to service more of our corporate and event partners.
Okay, and you brought some things here for me.
Yes.
Now, they used to say, my teachers used to write my report card, needs to work on her handwriting, right? So be gentle with me.
Of course, so we teach all the time.
Okay.
And what I tell people is modern calligraphy has really evolved. The rules have really been relaxed. And so you can use your natural handwriting in order to achieve a really nice card, to address a nice card. But what I would suggest is that you make sure you have your spacing right. You make sure all of the letters start on the same line. You make sure that they go up to the same height. You make sure the card is centered. Now, what I have here is some of the basic strokes that we use in calligraphy. This is just a few of them. But what makes calligraphy beautiful is the light upstrokes and the heavy downstrokes. So this is a brush pen, and what I want you to do is just mimic what you see here. So you're gonna come down very lightly. And you're gonna use the very tip of the pen. But as you come down, you're gonna make it a little bit heavier. So you're gonna go up lightly, and then when you come down, you're gonna make it a little bit heavier.
Now they say people, I'm a lefty.
Oh, I love
really?
left-handed
I am a lefty, but they say lefties, like we a little clumsy, we can't really write properly.
But because you know this about yourself, you spend a little bit more intention. So, see? Perfect.
Ooh, and then I just press down heavier hair.
Perfect.
I a little crooked, but you know, practice makes perfect.
That is beautiful. So now with this one, what you want to do is you want to follow that all the way up, and as you get to the top, you want to think about how you're going to change the pressure.
You know what?
Not
so bad, but not perfect. So let's see. Let's see the U. I got to work on my U.
But listen, I feel like 1 or 2 extra practice sessions and you'd be fine.
I think so too. I think so too. And this is, let's try this one.
Yes. Now, the only thing I'm going to say is that sometimes we want, everything is so fast-paced now that we want to be very quick with what we're doing. But whenever you're writing a note to someone, I always encourage people to slow down. The slower, the more intentional you are with the letters, the easier they are to form, and you will find that you have more control.
Okay.
So what I did do here for you is a little stencil.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is think about the way you're gonna write. So whenever you go down, you're gonna go heavy. When you go light, when you go up, you're gonna go light. And so you'll be able to see that coming together for you.
Okay, so what are like your top 2 tips for anyone who may want to get into calligraphy? Like, what should they know? Is it the pen? Is it the paper? Like, what are like the main parts of your craft?
So a lot of times people feel like they should invest in all of these like fancy pens, but the biggest tip I have is practice.
Okay.
The more you practice, the better you will get, and then you will see the difference in your handwriting over time. My second tip would be to go as slow as you can. In fact...
Not like me.
In fact, if you think you're going slow already, you probably should go slower.
Okay, got you. I see why you say that too, because the hand starts to shake and all that good stuff. So for people who love this idea, right, but a little bit overwhelmed, like do you say you do classes and all that stuff?
Now, you can also find a really nice font that you like, and you can use a little bit of what I call transfer paper, and you can create a stencil for yourself, put the transfer paper in between your stencil and your envelope.
Okay.
And then you can mimic handwriting.
Okay.
So there's all sorts of ways that you can have a really nice handwritten card without stressing yourself out.
Okay, good, sounds good. Now for anyone who may want to get their personalized Christmas cards or Christmas gifts, how can they reach you? How can they contact you?
So we're on social media at Facebook, Instagram, as well as on TikTok. But we're encouraging people to sign up for our newsletter because we are at a ton of events, retail and corporate events this season. And if you want to get your fragrances engraved, your spirits engraved, if you want to get any merch at these particular corporate partners, you would want to know where we're at. And we'd encourage you to support those events.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much, Leanne. Give me a grade. A, B, C, D.
I'm going to give you A for effort.
A for effort. You know what? That's good. I'll take that. I'll take that. Leanne, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for not only sharing your creativity and your artistry with us, but your talent as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. All right, you guys. So if you want to add some magic, meaning, and beautiful personal touches to your holiday gifts this year, make sure to check out Nassau Script Co. They've got you covered. Stay with us. More What's Trending is on the way. I got to practice some more, but you know.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
Diet-friendly special.
guest is about to make your belly start talking. We've got a chef in the house who's taken traditional Thanksgiving favorites and giving them a full-on Bahamian remix. We're talking big flavor, big creative energy, and dishes that turn leftovers into legends. If you thought Thanksgiving was about to be over, think again. It's about to get delicious in here with Chef Shawnette. Welcome to What's Trending.
Thank you, thank you.
You brought a spread to the studio. You've been cooking all day, huh?
Nope.
No? What
No,
big
ma'am.
Thanksgiving day? You took the day off?
I took today off. Yeah.
Just to be with us.
Yes, just to be with you.
So we want to talk a little bit about a Bahamian Thanksgiving meal. And you know, we're heading into Christmas, so I think it applies there as well.
Certainly.
So what makes the perfect Thanksgiving/Christmas dinner?
Well, you know, Thanksgiving, you have your ham, your turkey, your beans, your carrots and everything. So to add a Bahamian flair, we just incorporate our spices, our fruits, and just our touch.
So I know you brought something for us to make as well.
Certainly.
So we have a nice ham over there. We're going to do a glaze for that.
Yes,
So tell me about this glaze and how we're going to make this authentically Bahamian.
Okay, so this glaze is just your typical crushed pineapples. I have brown sugar. The twist on it is mango juice.
Ew.
So we're gonna use our mango juice. We have dark rum. We have a mix of cloves, nutmeg, and cinnamon spices. And then we have to, just to thicken it up a bit, we have a little cornstarch.
All right, so how do we get started?
Okay, so we gotta turn on the stove first. And we get that nice and hot there. And we kind of just put everything in.
All right,
you gonna help me?
I will. I know a lot of people also think about, you know, they eat the ham and the turkey starting from now, from
Yes,
Thanksgiving, right? And we're always
certainly.
looking for different ways to kind of spice up our meats during this time of the year. So what else should we be incorporating? I know you have over there a seafood stuffing. How else can we
Yes,
really
I
add our
do.
Bahamian touch?
So, you know, we love our seafood.
Yes.
And that's us. And so I've incorporated lobster, shrimp, and conch into the turkey. And we have a rosemary thyme jus that's going to
Ooh.
complement that.
Are there any Bahamian ingredients that we tend to underestimate, like that should be in our holiday meals? What are we missing out or leaving out?
I think it basically depends on the time of year that stuff are in season, but I think we get it all in there.
We pretty much get it all in there. All right. And so we just put in our crushed pineapples and our brown sugar. And we're going to let that just simmer down for a little.
Just a few minutes.
All right.
So it starts to boil. We have some high heat going on there. And you have to watch it really good. We can put in our spices.
Yes. So you said this is
cloves, cinnamon, and nutmeg.
Okay, that smells really good.
Yes.
Awesome. And I know Thanksgiving is winding down, and I know a lot of people may have some turkey left over.
Oh, yes.
So what can we do with our leftover turkey? What can we do with our leftover ham? Give me some creative things. I got plenty of food in my house that I don't want to throw away, but I want to use again.
So you know we normally think of just throwing it between some bread and doing sandwiches.
Little
you could do wraps, certainly. You could do like a little quiche with it as well. So you could, mince up your turkey and make a little quiche. Same thing with your ham. So you could do a ham and turkey, quiche instead of using the deli meats.
Yes.
You're using meats from Thanksgiving.
And what about salads?
Your salads, you can also dice them up.
Okay.
Put them on your salads as well.
Awesome. And this is smelling really good. So again, our brown sugar.
Smell-o-vision.
I wish we had like a smell-o-vision. I agree, because this smells really good. The clove, the cinnamon, I can smell it all just working in there. Now it's starting to bubble, and the scents are really starting to permeate. So what do we put in next? What kind of rum? Our kicker. What kind of rum are we using?
So this is dark rum.
Okay.
Okay, so dark rum, you're gonna add in there.
And for those who may be afraid of like rum or don't drink, I know when you cook alcohol, it kind of...
Yeah, the alcohol content kind of burns out.
Okay,
so it burns off. Or you can use rum flavors as well. I mean,
So we're really just left with the flavor then and not the actual of it. All right, so what was your favorite Thanksgiving dish growing up?
I love the ham.
The ham.
Oh, yes, I love ham.
Yeah.
I can do without the turkey.
Yeah?
Love the ham. I love my ham.
For me, growing up, I was always afraid of the yams. Like, I absolutely could not. In my grown-up stage, though, I love me a good old plate of yams with some marshmallows.
I didn't like beans, green beans.
Oh, I still don't. I'm not growing up yet. I reached there yet. I still don't. I still don't.
I love the green beans now. I love it. I love it. I love it. See, because you learn different ways to prepare it.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, you just probably kind of warm them up, little salt and
little
pepper,
butter
and that's
here and
it.
there.
But now we have ways
to make them good. So what are we putting in now?
So this is the cornstarch. Now that it's bubbling, we can add our cornstarch to that.
Oh, I wish y'all could
And
smell
it's
in the
thicken it
studio
up a
right
little.
now. Okay, so adding in our cornstarch to make this a little bit thick. Nice.
Make a nice glaze.
All right. And so for people who are preparing to host holiday dinners this year, how can we make that experience as stress-free as possible?
Preparation.
Yeah.
Preparation. Doing your
the cutting and the dicing and the mixing.
I was trying not to say mise en place.
I was going to be like, what? But that's what it's called in culinary, in the culinary
terms.
Say it again, mise en place?
Mise en place.
And that means all your preparation.
All your preparations. So do all your dicing, your cooking, you know, I use bread instead of the box stuffing. So I dice all of my bread, dice all of my onions and peppers and everything.
Okay.
Celeries, and have all of those ready to go.
Okay, and now I see our glaze. It's thick, you guys. It's brown. It smells so good. I could smell the pineapple. I smell the spices, the cinnamon, all this just wafting through the studio.
All right.
So how much longer? Because, you know, I told you my belly was, was growling earlier.
The stove is off, so
well, it sounds like our glaze is done. All right, so we're going to move on over to our...
To our ham.
To our ham. I will do you the honor.
Thank you.
All right, and this is after the ham is done, already cut up. We're just going to go and glaze this over. This smells so good, y'all. I have not had my Thanksgiving meal for the day.
Oh, wow.
And I think I will be having my first one with Chef Shawnette.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And you will enjoy.
That smells. Do we let it sit for a minute, kind of like, you know, become one with the pot?
Yes.
Okay, so while we do that, let's go to our turkey.
All right.
Want to cut our turkey? We're gonna let this sit for a second, and now we're gonna mosey on over to our turkey.
All right, so as I said, I debone my turkeys.
I was just gonna ask you.
Gone away with the whole turkey.
The whole
taking
turkey,
3,
right?
4 hours.
I actually like it better this way. For me, it's more tender, it's more moist. You really get to the meat, you know? All right.
And then you can choose whether you want your dark meat.
Look at that. I mean, that just cuts like, oh, and this is filled with our seafood.
Our seafood stuffing. So we have lobster, conch, and shrimp in there.
Okay.
So we can just go right ahead.
All right.
Slice it up.
I think I'm gonna grab my plate, Chef Shawnette. I think I'm gonna grab my plates. So let's just do a quick taste test.
Okay.
Got a fork?
I'm gonna cut it up for you. Let me cut it up for you.
And tell us while you do that, where can people find you? How can they get in contact with you? I know you have a catering service.
I do. And so my catering company is Classy Chefs Catering. And you can get me on Instagram.
And now let's get to that glaze. Instagram, Facebook, it's Classy Chefs Catering.
Classy with a K.
Classy with a K, all right. Now we gonna go in here now and let's check in on our... That smells even better after we've let it sit for like just a couple of seconds. That smells so good. I don't know where to go. I never know where to go first. Turkey or the ham? But you know what, since you gave me the turkey first, let's just do that with a little bit of the...
And we also have homemade cranberry sauce. And this has your citrus.
Okay, this turkey is everything. This is so moist, and that seafood stuffing really just sets it off. This is the cranberry sauce?
Yes, it is. So
I usually don't do, but let's, you know what?
Whole berries, your citrus.
That's delicious.
Apples in there as well.
Absolutely delicious. And then we gotta get a little bit of that. Don't forget my ham now with my glaze what we just made.
All right.
Just a tad, just a tad. All right.
All right.
This tastes like Christmas Day. And now everyone at home is reaching for their leftovers with new ideas. Thank you for sharing your creativity and showing us that you can turn any dish into something exciting with a little Bahamian flavor. Coming up, we're switching gears, breaking down the Campbell soup debacle in economics. Stay with us. We've got more What's Trending coming your way.
Diet-friendly special.
Economics, presented by Sand Dollar, the digital Bahamian dollar.
What exactly is 3D printed chicken? This is what we're all trying to figure out after a bombshell recording between a Campbell's Company employee and its vice president of IT was leaked. So here's the story. Robert Garza, a former cybersecurity analyst at Campbell's, filed a lawsuit against the company after he had a meeting with Martin Bali, the vice president of information and security, to discuss his salary. But according to the lawsuit, at some point in the meeting, Bali started hurling racist remarks about the company's Indian workers and even said that Campbell's products are highly processed food for poor people and that the chicken is 3D printed. Garza said he ultimately reported the incident to his manager, who did not encourage him to advance it to HR. In fact, he says the next time he heard from his manager was when he was abruptly fired. But get this, the higher-ups at Campbell had no clue about the meeting, the audio, about Garza being fired, nor his lawsuit until they watched the story on the news. Bali has since been put on leave as they investigate the audio and incident. Since then, Campbell's came out swinging to defend its product, saying the person alleged to be speaking on the recording works in IT and has nothing to do with how we make our food. The company has also said Bali is temporarily on leave while the company conducts an investigation, adding, the comments heard on the recording about our food are not only inaccurate, but they are patently absurd. Campbell's also defending the quality of its products, noting that the company uses 100% real chicken in our soups. A fact sheet published Tuesday on Campbell's website notes that the company does not use 3D printed chicken, lab-grown chicken, nor any form of artificial or bioengineered meat in their soups. While the Consumer Protection Division is not taking Campbell's word for it, and they have launched their own investigation into the quality of Campbell's products. Now, this is what you call stirring the pot.
Your taste buds deserve a night out. Treat them to the Garden Pour presented by Commonwealth Brewery and 700 Wines and Spirits. On Friday, December 12th from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., Caves Village Garden Space transforms into a sipping sanctuary with 30-plus wines, a whiskey and cigar hideaway, a beer garden for the light and lively crowd, plus curated bites and the Dazzle Band lighting up the night. And yes, you can buy your favorites on the spot. Consider it early Christmas shopping for yourself. That's the Garden Pour, Friday, December 12th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Caves Village Garden Space. There's more What's Trending after the break.
got termites and need to get rid of them fast, trust Rent-A-Kill Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rent-A-Kill Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Are you ready for the hottest sports show on the market? It's called The Timeout, Sundays on the ZNS television network. In our first show, 4 decades of sports in the country.
Show you how to get crafty for Christmas with pottery. And the Bahama Beauty is back in studio to give us the scoop in What's the Buzz. In the meantime, tomorrow is Black Friday, and while you're setting your alarms for those steals and deals, be sure to like, follow, and share with us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS. I'm Thea. Have a great weekend, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. The Office of the Prime Minister responds to criticism over the government's salary review exercise. The Director of Aviation says the Grand Bahama International Airport remains a top priority. And police are investigating a structural fire at an abandoned building. We have the details.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Every officer has received an increase. Every officer has received the retroactive amount owed.
Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news. More than 17,000 civil servants received their salary adjustments, fulfilling the Prime Minister's promise that payments would be issued before Christmas. Tonight, the Director of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister is responding to the criticism, releasing a detailed breakdown. More details in tonight's top story.
This is the first government-initiated salary review exercise in over 20 years.
More than 17,000 civil servants receiving their salary review adjustments on Wednesday, November 26th, fulfilling the Prime Minister's promise that payments would be made before Christmas.
The total amount of payments annualized is $20 million. And over the last 4 years, this administration has provided over $60 million in salary adjustments for public officers.
Director of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister, Latrey Ramming, says that for the first time in years, salaries have been the fastest growing part of the government's budget.
To properly understand the government's commitment to equity within the public service, salary adjustments over the last 4 years have to be considered, as well as the objective of this exercise.
Relating to payout, Ramming says the lower-level staff benefited the most from the exercise as fixed increments were provided.
For example, an employee in the M6 scale who was making minimum wage in January 2022 will have experienced an increase in salary of 27.5% through wage adjustments excluding increments. For a trained teacher, the increase would have been 19.8%. In addition, the latest increase of $1,400 would be equivalent to the largest annual increase given to any trained teacher in the BUT's latest industrial agreement.
The Director of Communications also notes that civil servants have received increases every year since the Davis administration assumed office.
Teachers and nurses receive upgraded salaries, higher allowances, expanded insurance, and retention bonuses. Police, Defense Force, and correction officers receive better entry-level rates, improved allowances, and fairer overtime and duty systems. Line staff and administrative staff receive higher scales, increased allowances, and restored increments. Thousands of long overdue promotions and confirmations were completed.
And with the final group now updated, Ramming says every officer in the public service is now on the new structure. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
The redevelopment of the Grand Bahama International Airport continues to be a hot-button issue. Director of Aviation Dr. Kenneth Romer, providing an update, says discussions between the government and developers are still ongoing.
Grand Bahama remains high on the infrastructural development priority list. Personally, I am a major advocate for Grand Bahama because as we build aircraft, as we build airports and improve infrastructure, it's going to increase the airlift. I mean, we already showed that Grand Bahama has had the highest year-over-year increase in airlift since 2019, and also the largest percentage in overall arrivals with the opening of Celebration Key.
The Director of Aviation says he remains optimistic that residents will soon begin to see work start on the long-awaited redevelopment.
Grand Bahama is booming and bustling, and the government, again, as communicated by both the Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime Minister, has said Grand Bahama is a priority. So I remain very optimistic that Grand Bahama will see works beginning soon on the new terminal, the USP clearance, and also SI remediation.
2 years ago, the government entered a public-private partnership to redevelop the South Bimini Airport. Tonight, the Director of Aviation reveals that the project is now nearing completion. Shane Stubbs has the details.
The Family Island Renaissance Project continues to drive the revitalization of airports across the Family Islands. One major upgrade is the South Bimini International Airport, and Aviation Director Dr. Kenneth Romer says a ribbon-cutting ceremony could take place in the first quarter of 2026.
What you're seeing now is really the improvements on the airside, as well as active work for the new terminal in South Bimini. This is moving at such an aggressive pace that we fully expect that by the end of the first quarter of next year, we will be having a ribbon cutting for the new South Bimini International Airport.
The aviation director adds that the project lines up with a recent announcement from American Airlines, which is expected to begin direct flights from Miami to Bimini as early as February 2026.
American Airlines has already announced for the first time that they would be launching direct service between Miami International and South Bimini. And of course, that addresses some of the gaps that were left again by the cessation of Silver Airways in South Bimini. But Bimini is bustling. I can tell you, no one is laying low on Bimini because the terminal is coming out of the ground, and we're very, very pleased about the development of the Bimini International Airport.
Now, with major infrastructure upgrades underway across the country, the Director of Aviation says that these improvements are central to the ministry's mission to improving the international and domestic tourism product. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Police in Grand Bahama are investigating a structural fire that broke out shortly before 8 p.m. on Wednesday, November 26. The Grand Bahama Fire Department responded to a blaze at the corner of Coral Road and South Coral Avenue, where firefighters arrived to find an abandoned building fully engulfed in flames.
Upon their arrival here, they have met a building stone structure fully engulfed in flame. The fire department acted very quickly. At this point, the cause of the fire is yet to be determined, and this matter remains under investigation once they get this fire extinguished.
And still to come.
In our Defying the Odds series, we take you out on the flats for a first-hand look at bone fishing.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
This Thanksgiving season at Dolly Madison, we're doing it bigger at the post-Thanksgiving sale. Not only is it 25% off store-wide, but this time we're partnering with Commonwealth Bank. You heard it. Get on-site financing with Commonwealth Bank for things like appliances, beds, and outdoor equipment. That's November 28th and 29th at the Dolly Madison post-Thanksgiving store-wide sale. Dolly Madison.
Hey folks, get ready for unbelievable savings. Connaught Bahamas is having an early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. It's a 40% off early Black Friday sale. Top quality products, cabinetry, granite, tiles, windows, vinyl flooring, and so much more. Connaught Bahamas is 40% off early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. Nassau, Freeport, Abaco, and Eleuthera. Sale opening hours, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss out.
Get ready for Christmas in the City, happening Friday, November 28th at 6:30 p.m. in Independence Square, downtown. Bring the whole family for choirs, gospel groups, treats, and free goodie bags for the kids while supplies last. Don't miss Christmas in the City. Third Dimension is running a paint sale on all Duron and Evolve paint at 25% off and 10% off Valspar paint. Monday, November 24th through Saturday, November 29th. Park & Shop's Black Friday sale is here this Friday and Saturday, November 28th and 29th. Enjoy 25% off store-wide, excluding underwear and red tag items. Don't miss these 2 days of savings at Park & Shop. Doors open at 9 a.m. Call 352-7026. Big holiday savings at Paint Fair, November 27th to 29th. All paint and all supplies on sale, featuring top quality Sherwin-Williams products. Spruce up for the season at Paint Fair, Bellevue Lane.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Get ready, Grand Bahama. It's the Black Friday deal you've waited all year for. This Friday, November 28th, Grand Bahama Tiles is dropping a 26% off store-wide sale. That's all tiles, all materials, 26% off. It's one day with huge savings and the perfect time to stock up and save big. So don't walk, run to catch this one-day Black Friday sale. Call 352-7920.
Come shop for what's essential and what's aesthetically pleasing for your home at Bullett's Plumbing and Seasons Home Decor. At Bullett's Plumbing, you'll find a great selection of bathtubs, stylish pedestals, vanities, faucets and toilets, water heaters, pipes, fittings and repair parts. Then make it a one-stop venture. Outfit and accessorize your home with beautiful items from Seasons Home Decor. Silk flowers and vases, rugs, shower curtains and pillows, candle holders, and delightful wall art. All at Bullett's Plumbing and Seasons Home Decor, West Atlantic Drive. Telephone 808-3900 or 825-2700. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. From the quiet shores of McLeanstown comes a story of vision and perseverance. Tonight in Defying the Odds with our Sherelle Dames, we meet a man who transformed his upbringing in a fishing community into a purpose that reaches far beyond his hometown.
Way to go.
Yes, so Miko experience.
Awesome job. Awesome job. That's a big one. That's all right. If it ain't burning, you ain't cranking. All right, keep reeling. You're doing good. That same round piece, you're doing good. Let's crank it. I don't think you got too much more big running now. Keep cranking. Yeah, you're doing good. Keep cranking just like that. Keep that rod there. Hold on. You see, you get one hook in him. Man. Ooh, it's a big one.
Big fish.
Now. But I grew up, before I started guiding, just fishing. I finished high school by going to Hawksville High School. I graduated from Hawksville High School. And then from there, I jumped right into the industry. I jumped straight into the industry. Then this opportunity came because some popular guides, the Penders, who were my uncles, they left Deepwater Key to start their own company over 30 years ago. Wow. And that's when they were in desperate need of some guides. And they was like, hey, this kid coming out of school, his granddad started this place, his uncles just left. And then on top of that, my dad, he is the founding guide of North Riding Point Club. So my dad started another lodge in Grand Bahama.
Raised in the humble settlement of McLeanstown and shaped by generations of fishermen, Omiko Glinton never let his beginnings limit his vision. Grounded in discipline, faith, and patience, he carried his craft from the shores of the Bahamas to waters around the world, earning recognition for both his skill and his spirit. And he often says, what God places in your hands, give it back to him, and he'll open doors greater than you can imagine.
You know, one of my favorite topics is use what's in your hand. And I base it on what I had to figure out that I had, right? I grew up fishing with a fishing line, not even a rod. I grew up with the fishing line. That's what my grandparents taught me. But I didn't realize what I had. I didn't think it was nothing of significance, right? I realized I only have a fishing line. God said, okay, now obey me with that. And because of me obeying him with the fishing line, it turned into a fishing rod. It turned into me becoming the Bahama Bonefish Champ, having my own movie, meeting all of these celebrities, and having my own, business. So that's a topic that I can go anywhere around the world and speak to young people, because I do feel like young people don't realize what they have. Sometimes it's right there, you're just not seeing it. But my advice is, whatever that is, just obey God with it, and he'll blow your mind.
Join us next week for a faith-filled story of how belief can move mountains. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dane.
Great story, Sherelle. The Grand Bahama Port Authority is teaming up alongside the Downtown Freeport Business Authority to introduce Christmas in the city this coming Friday. Event organizer Fatima Kabab says the festival fair aims to bring the spirit of Christmas to the heart of Freeport.
We're going to have loads of little things, mostly catered toward Christmas, obviously towards the children, but also towards the parents as well. We're going to have Christmas chorals, we're going to have a concert, a Christmas tree lighting, and the idea is when we light up the Christmas tree in the square, not most, but some of the roundabouts in the city will go on at the same time. So it's really bringing the light into the season and kick-starting the Christmas season, really.
And stories making news. Stay tuned. Sports is up next after this break.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Here at Island Bedding, we provide Bahamians a local option for factory direct quality sleep products. We have also expanded to include a range of furniture and home accessories. Check out our new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe. Located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinarian.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Look at Gigi.
But Miles,
I want you gone.
What?
Get on my house.
From the producers of
Grace, Purpose-Driven Acts, and Calvary Temple Performing Arts Ministry presents
The Search for Love, November 28th and 29th at Calvary Temple, Clive Avenue. Get your tickets at Subs and More, LMR Building downtown, Perfumes of Lucaya at Lucaya Shopping Plaza, the Cutting Edge Barbers and Supplies at Millennium Mall, and Calvary Temple, Clive Avenue. Tickets are $25 in advance. At the door, you pay more. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 7:30. See you there.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Do It Center is doing it again. Our Black Friday sale happens Friday, November 28th and Saturday, November 29th from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Enjoy 20% off store-wide sale. Visit us today at the Del Zotto Product Complex, formerly the Gold Rock Co-op. Do It Center, where we help you get it done.
Third Dimension's Black Friday sale will run from Thursday, November 27th to Saturday, November 29th. Save 25% store-wide and 15% off tiles. On Friday, November 28th, save 30% off selected tiles, Christmas decor, and 15% off selected lumber. Sale excludes net items, building materials, doors, and existing sale items.
It's Christmas time at Grand Bahama Tiles with 5 days of savings you don't want to miss. Starting this Saturday, November 29th, get 25% off all tiles in stock. Then on Monday, December 1st, savings drop to 24% off. Ending Thursday, December 4th with 21% off. The early bird really catches the worm this Christmas as savings drop each day. Hurry down for early Christmas savings at Grand Bahama Tiles. Call them at 352-7920.
Get a jump on your health and fitness goals with the Fitness Connections Transformation Challenge. We've already helped hundreds of people get closer to their health and fitness goals and achieve awesome results like you see here. You can scan the QR code to find out more. But let me tell you what all comes with the challenge. One, you get 20% off coupons to the Fitness Connection every 2 weeks. You get coaching calls with us on Zoom. You get accountability, us checking in on you. And you also get the chance to win $1,000 and other prizes if you are the winner. So what do you have to lose? $50, you can have a chance to win $1,000 and get the body of your dreams. So scan the code now, sign up. We're here to help you.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. First in sports, softball play continued last night with the Grand Bahama Games in men's play. East Grand Bahama shut out Pine Ridge 13-0 on Tuesday night and came back to beat Central Grand Bahama Wednesday night 4-2 behind Michael Sweeting on the mound.
Guys, excited. I got to give kudos to the other team. You know, they came up and they showed up, so, you know, that's a good thing. But I feel good about our performance, and we hope to carry it on to the championship and see if we can win this one. We played together for years. We played in Nassau, you know, round-robin Bahama games, so everybody's familiar with each other, so the chemistry is there.
Now, on the ladies' side, Central Grand Bahama won against East Grand Bahama 8-4. London Green got the win for Team Central. And in the other ladies' game, Marco City Bulldogs and veteran pitcher Tara Evans got the W versus West Grand Bahama and Bimini 7-1. Here's first baseman Amber Bastin.
We played a good game tonight after a loss last game. We came out tonight and was victorious. I'm very proud of us, and we played great tonight.
As we play more together and build a better bond, I feel that we have a chance of winning this competition.
From the diamond to the court, day one of the William Dale Burns Tabernacle Thanksgiving Basketball Classic had some pretty exciting games to start things off. Southwest DeKalb out of Georgia won against Dobbins Bay at 66-56. Forest Green from Georgia as well took down Ceylon 58-40. St. John's Grange Giants out of New Providence took down the hosting Tabernacle Falcons 55-40. And R.M. Bailey defeated the visiting Lakeway School 64-60. Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Get ready, Grand Bahama. It's the Black Friday deal you've waited all year for. This Friday, November 28th, Grand Bahama Tiles is dropping a 26% off store-wide sale. That's all tiles, all materials, 26% off. It's one day with huge savings and the perfect time to stock up and save big. So don't walk, run to catch this one-day Black Friday sale. Call 352-7920.
Hurry up, man. Third Dimension got a big Black Friday store
right behind you. Where you think? Oh, hold on.
You can't even walk. Hurry up, man.
Let's go. Hurry, but get
oh, look, come here.
Alex, come for that, man. What's wrong with you?
Listen, we got to get the pick. Merry Christmas. They have some nice things. Let's go shopping.
Oh, you like this bag?
They got so much things on sale. I like that bag. Oh, I gave
what
something
about
else.
this?
Oh, yeah, Apple. I don't like Androids.
Anyhow.
Oh, just a big Black Friday sale.
Wow.
Everything on sale. Even your paint. I'm going to pick it out right now.
What about plumbing?
Plumbing on sale too, but come. Oh, look at the paint. Shaker. They got rugs. Get other people things. They got vanities. They got tiles. They got cushion. They got Christmas decor. Ooh. Nice. I want that.
Let's go, Alex.
No. I want to get this tree.
All right, let's get the tree then. Come on.
Get the tree. Pick it up.
You want the whole tree, Alex?
The whole tree, man. Bring
great.
the
Man, this thing heavy. Yeah, let's go.
Bring the tree.
Man, I'm behind you.
Let's go.
You got the money?
I don't pay.
Okay.
Let's go. Listen, just a big Black Friday sale at Third Dimension.
Merry Christmas.
Strength isn't claimed, it's built. At Heroic Concrete, every block is made with purpose. Crafted to protect, poured to endure. From ready-mix to premium 8-inch blocks, we supply the strength our nation needs. Proudly made in Grand Bahama, built for hurricanes, built for legacy. Creating products to bring value to our lives and strength to our future. Call 820-4376 or email sales@heroicgrouplimited.com.
Flash Fridays are back. Join the celebration November 28th, December 5th, and December 12th. 3 Fridays of big savings, special deals, and holiday fun. Shop local, save big, and support Grand Bahama. For details, visit events.gbpa.com.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Hey folks, get ready for unbelievable savings. Connaught Bahamas is having an early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. It's a 40% off early Black Friday sale. Top quality products, cabinetry, granite, tiles, windows, vinyl flooring, and so much more. Connaught Bahamas is 40% off early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. Nassau, Freeport, Abaco, and Eleuthera. Sale opening hours, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss out.
My name is Alexandria Cooper, and welcome to Kitty's Kingdom Galore. We offer newborn to preteen clothing and essentials, so from your car seats, your strollers, your playpens, whatever you may need for your baby, we have it here at Kitty's Kingdom Galore. We also offer some baby formulas. If you're looking for something that we don't have in store, we can also bring it in for you. And we also offer baby registry services, so you can come in and start your registry at Kitty's Kingdom Galore. We're located in the LMR Mini Mall, downtown Freeport. We're open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So come on down. You can also follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Yolanda Thompson-Everest. Before we end, I would like to say, and on behalf of the entire ZNS Northern Service, thanks so much to Dudley and his team from Reach Out Youth Organization for providing us with a yummy Thanksgiving meal. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas Tonight, coming your way next.
On the front lines of our nation's security stand women whose courage is as deep as the ocean they protect. Women who choose discipline, duty, and service to the Bahamas. Deputy Commander Natasha Miller. She is, by appointment, the most senior female in the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. guiding administrative and policy decisions, inspiring every young woman who dreams of defending her country. Captain Sonia Miller. She is Captain Coral Harbour and officer of the Disaster Risk Management Unit, leading resilience efforts, training, and critical preparedness with strength and unwavering focus. The Royal Bahamas Defense Force made history with its first female entry, opening the door for women to serve, lead, and shape the future of national security. The first female to be deployed out of country, Acting Lieutenant Natasha Woods Walton. The first female warrant officer, Chief Petty Officer Ida Mae Ferguson. The first female diver, leading woman Marine Anishka Barnaby. And the first female armorer, able woman Marine Kerry Dean. We salute the women in headquarters, administration, engineering, operations, commando squadron, military police, and more. This National Women's Week, the Department of Gender and Family Affairs salutes the female officers of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. Strong, capable, unshakable, defenders of our nation, daughters of our islands.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the Prime Minister defends the size and timing of promised public servants' payout. Plus, the Bahamas on track to break air arrival records, and tourism officials are backing that up with numbers. And love, laughter, and food as Bahamians celebrate a long-held American tradition. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast, and happy Thanksgiving. The Davis administration calling yesterday's payout to civil servants as part of the salary review exercises a promise kept. However, it's not sitting well with unions, some now contemplating industrial action. Well, tonight, Corvell Pyfrom has the administration's reaction to the pushback. Corvell?
Well, Kushla, good evening. 17,000 civil servants yesterday received their salary adjustments, and you'd think this would be good news. Additional money just in time for the holidays, but it appears that not everyone's filled with holiday cheer.
The salary component of the government's budget growing fastest over the last 4 years as the government invests in its greatest resources as employees.
OPM Director of Communications Latrey Ramming going on the defensive, firing back at union heads critical of yesterday's payout to thousands of public servants, with some leaders calling the increases crumbs, others alleging some workers got nothing at all. However, Ramming says the government did due diligence to ensure it covered all of its bases.
Since 2021, civil servants have received a salary increase every single year under this administration. That level of consistency has not been seen in more than a decade. Teachers and nurses receive upgraded salaries, higher allowances, expanded insurance and retention bonuses. Police, defense force, and correction officers receive better entry-level rates, improved allowances, and fairer overtime and duty systems. Line staff and administrative staff receive higher scales, increased allowances, and restored increments. Thousands of long overdue promotions and confirmations were completed. Many contract workers gained permanent posts for the first time with full benefits. Pensioners received an uplift after years without movement. Insurance coverage was expanded for public officers, and the national minimum wage was increased for the first time in 7 years.
This salary review, Ramming says, is the first in almost 2 decades and the first full modernization of public service pay. And even with all this, Makushla, some union heads still telling their members to stand by. Industrial action could be coming. Makushla?
Well, thanks, Corvell. Now on to news. Less contentious. The holiday season certainly off to a good start for the top industry, with aviation officials. Next report. Carrie.
The country is seeing a significant uptick in air and sea arrivals, with those gains recorded year over year. Director of Aviation Dr. Kenneth Romer revealed as much during the press briefing at the Office of the Prime Minister Thursday. He attributed the impressive tourism performance to ongoing efforts by aviation and tourism officials to expand and attract new airlift from the U.S., Canada, the Middle East, and other nations.
At the end of October, compared to same period 2024, we're already reflecting at least a 9.5% overall improvement in both air and sea arrivals. We are 69% almost compared to 2019. The real litmus test of our recovery, of course, and rebound, in my view, really speaks to the recovery in both Abaco and also Grand Bahama, who were most adversely impacted by Hurricane Dorian. And so Grand Bahama, I'm so proud again that they have continued.
Anytime soon, be sure to check your passports. We'll take this break and return with more news from the Bahamas tonight.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
The best Christmas memories aren't the ones posted, they're the ones that stay. So whether you're here for the original memes or spicy moments, gather round for the memories that truly matter. Share 8 juicy pieces of KFC chicken with your favorite sides and our new coconut dessert biscuits, a holiday treat made to share. Enjoy Christmas without a filter or dish duty, but with the moments that are full of flavor. KFC's Festive Feast, starting at $20. Finger licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
This Friday and Saturday, the Sports Center and Heatwave are having a massive Black Friday sale with 25% off store-wide. Stock up on gifts, gear, and styles you love just in time for the holidays. This is the sale you don't want to miss. But hurry, this sale is only for 2 days. Visit the Sports Center and Heatwave from November 28th to 29th and enjoy incredible savings with our 25% off store-wide Black Friday sale. Located Marathon Mall, Harbor Bay, and Sandy Port Plaza. Net and discount items excluded.
A digital wave is making its mark across the Bahamas. From Grand Bahama to Anagua, Bahamians are embracing smarter ways to pay. The Pay Fast, Live Digital campaign, launched by the Central Bank of the Bahamas and the Clearing Banks Association, is bringing safe, fast, and convenient payment solutions to every island, from online banking to mobile wallets.
We had an incredible turnout, so it gave us an opportunity to have a conversation that they can also be a part of and appreciate.
Remember, people over 60 and around 60, the fear that you talk about, we understand, and we have persons to be able to assist with that.
I learned that digital banking is going to be one of the biggest ways that us as Bahamian kids will benefit in the future.
It has to start somewhere, and this is a good start.
We're empowering communities, one town hall at a time. For families, for businesses, for you. Let's live digital.
Wait, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Hey, Marcos, boy. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, boy.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, boy.
I need the $10 special plate.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while doing my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage your claim.
Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
Hey folks, get ready for unbelievable savings. Connaught Bahamas is having an early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. It's a 40% off early Black Friday sale. Top quality products, cabinetry, granite, tiles, windows, vinyl flooring, and so much more. Connaught Bahamas is 40% off early Black Friday sale, November 17th through 29th. Nassau, Freeport, Abaco, and Eleuthera. Sale opening hours, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss out.
Well, we do apologize for that technical difficulty. We now take a glimpse into how tourist arrivals have shaped up.
The country is seeing a significant uptick in air and sea arrivals, with those gains recorded year over year. Director of Aviation Dr. Kenneth Romer revealed as much during the press briefing at the Office of the Prime Minister Thursday. He attributed the impressive tourism performance to ongoing efforts by aviation and tourism officials to expand and attract new airlift from the U.S., Canada, the Middle East, and other nations.
At the end of October, compared to same period 2024, we're already reflecting at least a 9.5% overall improvement in both air and sea arrivals. We are 69% almost compared to 2019. The real litmus test of our recovery, of course, and rebound, in my view, really speaks to the recovery in both Abaco and also Grand Bahama, who were most adversely impacted by Hurricane Dorian. And so Grand Bahama, I'm so proud again that they have continued to lead the way in terms of year-over-year growth. Grand Bahama stopover arrivals are reflecting almost 22% increase over 2024.
Dr. Romer noted that the government is making a significant financial investment into the Airport Renaissance project as it positions the Bahamas as a regional and global leader in aviation. He also revealed that plans are in the works for a new airport hotel here in the capital.
The Airport Renaissance project, through the government's initiative, is about $300,000. When we look at our private partners, the price tag again for the entire Renaissance, including the PPP, is going to be over $500 million. And I want to quantify that because when we speak about Renaissance, that $500 million really for Family Island Renaissance through PPP arrangements and also the government's input of cash. I also want to speak about the investments at LPIA. We know there was a $10 million investment on the air side, and LPIA to the president CEO has announced plans to invest some $200 million on the terminal side, inclusive of plans, the RFP for a new airport hotel.
The aviation director said that phase 1 of upgrades to the Lynden Pinling International Airport on the air side have also been completed, while LPIA is on track to break air arrival records this Thanksgiving. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Well, as indicated, if you're taking to the skies anytime soon, be sure to check your passport's expiration date as a routine part of preparations. And this after the Ministry of Foreign Affairs found that an increasing number of travelers have been turned around because their passports expire within 6 months of their return. And this considering most countries require a minimum validity period of 6 months beyond the departure for entry into their borders. Now, travelers are advised to check the local requirements of all transiting destinations and countries visited before making travel plans. Meantime, passports can be renewed up to 1 year before it expires. And those of you holding passports whose numbers begin with letters, that is, begin with ER, can renew anytime. Well, news that the decade-long fight between developer Sarkis Ismailian and Bahamar's main contractor, China Construction America, may have come to an end as the parties have reportedly reached a settlement is being welcomed by the government. Tourism Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, though speaking with only limited knowledge about the latest development in the saga Wednesday, calls it good for the Bahamas and the economy.
any settlement of a dispute in the tourism business is a good outcome, and would certainly have the support of the government of the Bahamas. I think disputes hold up progress, and if they're able to settle the matter amicably, I think that goes a long way for the economy and the Bahamian people.
We're going to keep the encouraging news going as all major hotels report an uptick in occupancies for the holidays. This much coming from Bahamas Hotel Tourism Association President Jackson Weech.
Virtually all of our hotels would have seen an influx of guests over the course of the last several days, and obviously it culminates today. Thanksgiving, this is starting off well, straight across the board, and certainly all indications are that this momentum will continue into the festive season.
Weech adding that resorts are also seeing an uptick from the Canadian market. Is observation coming on the heels of the country welcoming Porter Airlines' inaugural flight from Toronto on Wednesday.
I had the pleasure yesterday of meeting with the executives that came down on the Porter Airline flight. It was their inaugural flight. It came down full, and all indications are that as an entity, as a new entrant into our market, that they will do very well. And that we're that much more encouraged by the fact that generally the numbers coming out of Canada are improving.
Coming up, a special treat this Thanksgiving Day for the precious pearls of Baines and Grantstown. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
You're looking at a stunning shot there of a tourist gliding through the beautiful Bahamian waters of Junkanoo Beach on a water tricycle. We thank our drone pilot, as always, Kyson Miller. Welcome back. There's the turkey, roasted vegetables, cranberry sauce, the pumpkin pie, and all the fixings. But beyond the food, some organizations give thanks through selfless act. For 3 years now, one of them have done just that, serving the community hearty meals that bring joy and reassurance that there are people who care. Tag along with our Danielle Dean as she location hops and follows the Bahamas Striping's journey to distribute tens of thousands of dinners.
An eventful day for the Bahamas Striping group of companies and its partners, who came together to roll out a mass distribution of Thanksgiving lunches as part of their community feeding initiative, Let's Make a Difference. And according to Senior Vice President of Business Development, Dominic Stirrup, this isn't the first year, nor will it be the last.
We started the feeding program 6 years ago in Exuma, 500 meals in Exuma. At that time, we thought that's a lot of meals. 6 years later, we're now doing 30,000 meals to 17 different islands in the Bahamas.
The students of Bahamas Striping's long-standing partner, Aquinas College, got their hands dirty in the kitchen too, prepping hundreds of meals for the less fortunate.
My passion for cooking, it stems from me loving food, and honestly, within food and nutrition, we're allowed to cook anything we want once it's along the curriculum. So learning how to cook, and as they say, food is the way to the heart.
The younger generation aren't really, community oriented, and once you step in and help the community, it shows in your personality like mine, like the dedication I have in helping in here today.
Columbus Primary's deputy head girl, Tylea Sayers, also expressing her gratitude.
As students, we always have to focus and make sure we get good grades and make our parents proud. So sometimes it's just good to not worry about anything and relax.
ZNS General Manager Clint Watson also paused today to serve in a different way.
I look on this plate and I see donations from corporate citizens. I see donations from private citizens. It's more than just a meal. It represents people who have given their hard-earned money, given their hard-earned time to make sure that somebody has a plate filled with togetherness.
Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Good story there, Danielle. For the Island Luck Foundation, bringing the spirit of Thanksgiving meant transforming Christie Park into a hub of generosity where between 2,000 to 2,500 hot meals were served thanks to a partnership with Sheffy's. Head of brand events, loyalty and rewards, Carlo Ramsey says giving back is at the core of the IL Foundation.
So this has been a stable event for us over the last couple of years. So feeding people on Thanksgiving, everybody knows Thanksgiving is not a beaming holiday, but we love to eat. And if we could feed some mouths every year, at least once a year, we're going to try our best to do that.
And while the team worked on the ground to serve thousands, IL Cares founder Sebastian says today's effort reflects the broader mission that guides the foundation year-round. A community impact that goes far beyond a single holiday event.
Our commitment to nation building, being a brother's keeper, being a responsible corporate citizen never wavers. IL Cares Foundation is very, very active in the community, and that's whether we're doing our back to school, our Christmas carnival, our cancer initiatives, our Thanksgiving initiatives, our fitness initiatives, our scholarships, our own foundation with the grant funding. I mean, we are committed to always making sure that we do our part, and we like to keep expanding on being our impact even bigger year after year. And this is just one of many of our initiatives that we're happy to be able to provide for our citizens.
Over in the Bain and Grantstown community, dozens of seniors were treated to a Thanksgiving lunch at the Grantstown Seventh-day Adventist Church. Diane Dorset has that story.
For many seniors, Thanksgiving can be a quiet time. But today, that silence was replaced with big smiles, lots of energy, and good food. Member of Parliament for Bain and Grantstown, Wade Watson, hosted its 7th annual Seniors Thanksgiving Luncheon, bringing together elders from across the constituency. Watson says the goal of the luncheon is simple: make our elders feel seen and appreciated.
The genesis is based on the seniors in our constituency. They've toiled hard, they work extremely hard for the constituents, for this country at large. If you understand the history of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and what we call the modern day Nassau, a lot of the developments happen as a result of the constituents and some of our seniors from Bains and Grantstown. So my way of showing my gratitude to them is to do a Thanksgiving dinner to say thank you for what you have done.
Wife of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis, was also there and noted that events like this one remind seniors that their contributions continue to shape the nation.
Today we're giving thanks and we are honoring the legacies of those who have gone before us in Bains and Grantstown. We honor their legacies and their experiences that they have shared with us, and we honor those who are still with us and their experiences that they share with us as well. And we honor all of you today for all of that. We're thankful for every one of you today.
Dozens of plates were prepared, and the special guests spent the afternoon sharing conversations with entertainment from none other than the singing bishop. For Baintown resident Alban Curry, the time spent together is what truly matters.
When we were little children, we were brought up with manners and respect. And so anytime we saw an elder in the community, we'd always say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and night. And so we were taught to always look up our elders, help them across the road, We were just going through our jobs to them without even getting any pay. So this is a way of give back to the elders and also those who have helped them out, be able to even reward them.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorset.
And if you think corporate Bahamas and parliamentarians were the only ones recognizing the power of gratitude, this next story says otherwise. As Lloyd Allen tells us, one school here in the capital sought to say thank you beyond the classroom.
Well, it's Thanksgiving here at Sarah Walker School, and today is all about giving as well as receiving. School Principal Trevor Comer explains what the significance of the day truly means.
In the spirit of giving, the school has played a valiant role in getting funds together to support the breast cancer, sister breast cancer program. So through the initiative of our school's business club and our staff members, the school was able to raise $4,000.
As Knights, we continue the fight against cancer. And so every year, it's our endeavor, our initiative to raise funds to support the cause. And so what we did, we had students design shirts, and we sold shirts on campus to teachers and students to raise funds for this cause.
During the school's Thanksgiving service, a life-size check representing the hard work of the students and teachers involved was presented to Sister Breast Cancer Representative Nancy Mahays.
Because of you, I can stand here bold and strong. And next year, when I celebrate my 80th birthday, I want to come back here and stand bold and strong because of you.
Guest speaker Reverend Dr. Diana Francis reminding students of Thanksgiving that whether giving or receiving, thankfulness remains the life directive for each person.
In the stress, in the drama, in the brokenness, in the hurt, when you go through rejection, when you go through pain, when you can't see ends meeting, in all things, the Bible says to give God thanks.
The Thanksgiving tradition goes back more than 400 years, and for students at Sierra Walker, the build-up to the big day was on display through music, dance, and Thanksgiving-inspired boxes. And as is customary at most schools, boxes are donated by each class, and according to school officials, these boxes are now earmarked to assist students in need right here at the school. That's further enhancing the idea of Thanksgiving at Sierra Walker School. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Diet-friendly special.
Find your future with certificate courses from the University of the West Indies. Fast and affordable, our courses give you the skills to get hired, promoted, and ahead of the game. Choose project management, supervisory management, law for human resources, business and commercial law, and even technical skills like Canva design, web design, and computer repair and networking. Register now at global.uwi.edu/Bahamas or WhatsApp 456-6687. The University of the West Indies, Global Campus, the Bahamas.
Blessings gonna find me here.
This Friday and Saturday, the Sports Center and Heat Wave are having a massive Black Friday sale with 25% off store-wide. Stock up on gifts, gear, and styles you love just in time for the holidays. This is the sale you don't want to miss. But hurry, this sale is only for 2 days. Visit the Sports Center and Heat Wave from November 28th through 29th and enjoy incredible savings with our 25% off store-wide Black Friday sale. Located Marathon Mall, Harbor Bay, and Sandyport Plaza. Net and discount items excluded.
Make your company representative stand out through an embroidery design on your uniforms from Janae's Uniform Center, Chesapeake Road. Janae's utilizes the latest state-of-the-art embroidery technology to monogram large and small quantities of shirts, caps, bags, and other articles. If you don't already have a digitized logo, Janae's can design and digitize your idea and bring it to life. Then install the logo of your choice from their large selections of 27 stock colors of golf shirts in cotton or dry fit, caps, or workwear. Call 394-8385 or 6 or visit www.janaes.com.
so you don't have to share. That's crazy. But sharing a 12-pack, that just makes sense. The new Crazy Puffs 12-pack. It's not crazy, it's Little Caesars.
Get your 12-pack Crazy Puff now for just $13.50, VAT inclusive, at Little Caesars, Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Charles Hollis Highway, and Prince Charles in the One East Plaza. Little Caesars, crazy in all the best ways.
Pizza.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
It's time now for your first look at the tropics. We now have 3 days remaining in the tropical cyclone season, and tropical cyclone development is not anticipated over the next 7 days, which will take us beyond the end of the tropical cyclone season. Makushla.
Well, thanks, Basil. I could tell you the closure of the Atlantic hurricane season can't come soon enough. That does it, though, for the National Report. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Our company has a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done. But at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, and it's good to grow.
Fishing is a blind gamble. Fishers are out to sea for weeks on end, and it's not always definite how the market will treat their catch. So says Cameron Turnquest, a well-known young fisherman.
I know what a bountiful harvest can do, and I've been doing it so long that I know it's just part of the business. We pray for the best. It isn't always like that, but like in any business, you have your ups and your downs. And we always just pray that the scales balance out in our favor.
We caught up with Turnquest after he made an 18-day voyage out to sea. He described some of the challenges he faced.
I want people again. I was out there this trip, 18 days, a ride out a cold front for almost 4 days. I'm praying that we could catch some lobsters, and when we started harvesting them again, and the weather dropped off, just as we started to catch a few, you know, Bahamian fellas in your trap. You want people. It's hurtful that you've been out there, to bait up your traps, ride out a cold front and severe weather, and within a day's time, you're finally able to harvest something to provide for your family and your crew. And fellas, them already in your traps, you know.
Turnquest says the key to being a good fisher is to always be optimistic and fish sustainably so that there are many more great harvests for years to come. Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Kendia Smith.
It's a day to give thanks, and the Urban Renewal Authority did just that, providing families with essential items.
And a local boutique dedicating Thanksgiving to a group of local seniors who significantly contribute to community development.
Plus, a BPL employee's quick action leads to a special award of courage.
Then, coming up in sports, Alabama and Minnesota in a thriller at the Bahamar Pink Flamingo Championships.
Bahamas Tonight, access now.
starts now.
Happy Thanksgiving, Bahamas, and good evening. I'm Royson Jones. If you're watching us with a plate of Thanksgiving leftovers nearby, don't worry. We fully support multitasking once you send a pie to our studio, please.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now. And just know that if you're already on your second plate, we're not judging.
No judgment at all. Today's been a reminder of how much we have to be grateful for loved ones and friends. And yes, food. That includes mac and cheese, coconut tart, and whoever finally figured out how to time all those dishes correctly.
That's true, yes. We're very thankful as well that you're spending part of your Thanksgiving with us.
Absolutely. And while we've got a full serving of news to get to, and we promise no reheated stories, before that, I just want to say a very special thank you to Miss Stephanie and family who watch every night from Boca Raton. With that said, it's time to dive right into the news. Scores of families got a welcome boost this Thanksgiving thanks to a generous give back from the Ministry of Housing and Urban Renewal. Each household received a care package filled with groceries just in time to help make the holiday season a little brighter.
Center managers, of course, who run centers in urban communities have the responsibility to galvanize families. And so you'll see that the room is full of families today who are going to be able to receive these care packages during this Thanksgiving season.
But the buck didn't stop there. The same initiative took place across the country. That's according to Housing and Urban Renewal Minister, the Honorable Keith Bell.
It is always important for the government to put on initiatives like this because it demonstrates to the people our care, our compassion, our empathy for the people, but more importantly, that we're in this thing together.
If you ventured into the Fire Trail Road area here in the capital today, you might have seen hundreds of cars assembled in the area of United Faith Ministries for a hearty Thanksgiving meal. It's all part of United Faith Ministries International's annual Thanksgiving food drive. Public Relations Director, Minister Shelley Curtis, tells us more about the annual incentive created by the church's senior pastor, Apostle Falman Ferguson.
We're excited. We give free meals. Listen. Meals that are scrumptiously delicious. I apologize, Bahamas, it's a little traffic jam out there because persons are trying to head here to get their free meal. Of course, men, women, boys, and girls are blessed by this outreach and this incentive that Apostle has been so kind to do for the past 5 years.
This Thanksgiving, stylistic boutique quarters with the Member of Parliament of Centerville, Jomo Campbell, helping identify elderly residents across the area. Dean stressed that any elder who needed a care package was welcomed, and for her, the motivation behind this year's outreach is simple.
So last year I did the children, so it's a method to my madness. So I usually try to help the sick, the elderly, or the children. It's for various reasons. I feel like the elderly, sometimes they go like people don't pay as much attention to them, so I try to do as much as I can to help them. The children, I feel like they're very innocent, so I try to get them under my wing and try to do as much as I can for them. And then sick people always need as much as they humanly can get. So I want to get these groups of people within this community. I always try to do it within this community. I want everybody to be aware of what I am doing, and I want everybody to understand that if you have it and you have it to give, listen, you will always be blessed. But don't give it with the intent of being blessed. Give it from the goodness of your heart. Give it to help somebody. You came from a parent, which will eventually become an elder. And if God spares your life long enough to become an elder, you would want somebody to give back to you.
Wise words. And now to this feel-good story of thanks. Bahamas Power and Light CCTV operator Wendy Roll is being hailed a hero tonight after her quick thinking saved a co-worker's life. And for going above and beyond the call of duty, she was presented with BPL's Spirit of Courage Award, created by CEO Tony Seymour. So here's how it all happened. Roll was on duty during the overnight shift on October 19th when she noticed a security officer slumped in an unusual position on surveillance cameras. Realizing something was wrong, she alerted colleagues, called 911, and rushed to the scene herself, performing chest compressions for nearly 10 minutes until the officer regained consciousness. BPL executives praised Roll's calm leadership, noting her actions were the difference between life and death. Roll, who credits her CPR training and instinct to help, says she was simply doing her job.
What an amazing story there. Still to come, today is Thanksgiving, but that also means the start of the holiday season, and Aldika Giddens of Home Fabrics is here with some Christmas decor to show you, and we're very excited. And of course, Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us a little later with a check on the Thanksgiving weather forecast. So stay close.
programs like to empower young people, empower young men.
Thank you. That was 9th grader Amari Taylor answering the question, what's the most important issue facing the Bahamas and what is a possible solution? A challenge thrown out by Education Minister Glenys Hannah Martin to students at SC McPherson Junior High School during a recent assembly to recognize students with good character.
You young people are our greatest resource. I want you to do a couple things. One is I want you to understand who and what you are. Secondly, I want you to know you have a voice. I want you to be able to use your voice, whether it's through music, through art, through expression, in athletics, however you show your face in this country.
Education Director Dominique McCartney-Russell was among the attendees and reminded all present of the significance of building others up.
Affirmation precedes transformation. People, and I'm looking at our students, will often rise to the level of belief that others place in them. Labels sometimes shape identity. So calling someone mighty or capable or brilliant can reframe how they see themselves. Potential is not always visible. It takes discernment and faith to call out what is not sometimes evident.
Let's build good character. This is TED Talk.
This is the ride on the weekend with my grandma to this place, Burger King Nassau, where grandma enjoyed her favorite flame grilled Whopper with fresh veggies, flame grilled beef just the way she likes it. And then I enjoyed my cheeseburger kids meal with a special treat.
And now, all grown up, I get to enjoy Burger King with these people, my friends, enjoying the same classic flame grilled Whopper. Let's just say, we know flame grilled tastes better.
It's time now for your Access weather forecast, and we get you started in the tropics. 3 days remaining, and tropical cyclone development not anticipated over the next 7 days, which will take us well beyond the tropical cyclone season, which ends on the 30th of November. A live weather radar again showing dry conditions throughout the island, but we do have some shower activity to the north, and that is associated with a frontal boundary which is heading our way. Boating forecast tonight in the northwestern islands. Those winds are going to be northwest to north, 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. Now, your high tide will take place at 1 or 2 in the morning, and so we do have a caution flag in place for your boaters in the northwest Bahamas tonight. For the central and southeastern islands, not bad there at all. Light and variable winds with flat seas 1 to 3 feet over the ocean, and on Friday, winds are going to be out of the north. They will be increasing 15 to 20 knots, wave heights building 4 to 7 feet, so we will maintain the caution flag for the northwest Bahamas on Friday, with a low tide taking place at 7:07 in the morning and the high tide at 1:18 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands, north to northeast winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet, and small craft also in place for the central and southeastern islands on Friday. And for Saturday, those winds continue to increase northeast to east 15 to 25 knots. Very rough sea conditions on Saturday, 5 to 8 feet, so an advisory will be in place for your boaters. Low tide on Saturday, 8:13 in the morning, with a high tide at 2:15 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands, we also have that northeast-east component at 15 to 20 knots, the wave heights 4 to 7 feet, with caution flags continuing through Saturday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Yes, I still yes back one more time. Live and direct, this one is called Come Go With Me. Back to Bimini, y'all. Listen and watch it, do it. When I saw you first, I knew you was the one for me. You were very fine, very true and so sexy. Saw you watching me from straight across the room. I knew you was the one, I knew I had to take you home. Be to Illusion, be to Inagua, be to Long Island.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Royston and Malina.
Thank you so much, Basil. The official holiday season starts tomorrow, the day after Thanksgiving, better known as Black Friday. And if you're looking for unique Christmas decor this season, Home Fabrics has something just for you.
Manager Aldika Gittins is here with us tonight with an array of Christmas items. Welcome to Access Now.
Thank you.
Welcome back. You're fully decked out today.
Yes.
Loving it.
Grinchy.
Tell us about this amazing array of Christmas decor. What do we have here?
Okay, for starters, the colors for this year's Christmas, gold, green, and red.
Traditional, yes.
Right? Yes.
Love it.
And of course, we have the Grinch, old-time favorite.
Absolutely.
And our nutcrackers.
That's a huge nutcracker.
So you
the
can
nutcrackers
come and
coming?
find all of them at Kelly's.
At Home Fabrics.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Amazing.
Love
and
it.
so what I have to ask is we're already seeing all of the Christmas lights, the trees available and everything. What can you tell us about some of the trends that maybe Bahamians are gravitating toward this season?
Well, with the colors that I've said earlier, we have a lot of persons getting those, and then we have some persons who are sticking to the red and white candy cane.
Yes.
Okay.
That is a big thing also.
So really leaning into those traditional style.
Yes.
And I love that. That's my favorite
big.
kind.
I like the size of them too. They're bigger than usual. They're usually the small candy canes. These ones are huge, right?
Yes, because you can
These are your
decorate
lawn.
your walkway and
The
everything
walkway too.
with them, yes.
That's amazing. Now, as part of Black Friday, which is huge savings, right, everywhere, is Home Fabrics also engaging in some Black Friday sales where you see some of these items for a little bit of a discount?
Yes, of course. We have a sale going on, and it'll be on until on Tuesday at all of our locations. And it's 20% off. Some things may be 50 or more, even up the upholstery section. We have sale going on until Christmas Eve in the upholstery section.
Oh, wow. And that's amazing. Now, without getting into what the prices are, I was seeing some of the prices on these things when we walked in, and they're already great prices. So
Yes,
you definitely want to take advantage of those because it's a steal of a deal for sure.
Yes.
Now, if someone could only get, one or two of these pieces, what would you recommend to be those kind of statement pieces that could really transform a space?
Hallways. You can get snowman. We have the giant nutcracker. Yes, that for sure can fill in any space. Your door, we have the wreath.
Yes.
Oh, those are lovely.
Classic,
Yes.
again. And then we also have like a Santa hanging out behind us.
Yes, that can hang from on your wall and anything. We have wall decor. Everything we have Christmassy. You can find it at Home Fabrics.
Whatever your heart desires.
Yes.
Now, of course, you said Grinch is also popular this year. I think last year there was red and white was popular. Mauve, which is a combination of brown and lilac, I think was popular too.
We have that also. We have tons of colors. We have a very large stock with our ribbons. Very large this year. Whatever color you want, you can find poinsettias. We have
You have to have them.
Yes.
Yep. Have to have them.
They also can fill up a tree with the big poinsettia, take up more space than mini balls.
The smaller pieces.
Yes.
I have a question too. For those who are being a bit more budget friendly and don't want to make the expense of a tree, is there something they can do to still embrace the full Christmas without a tree necessarily? Maybe some boxes arranged and a few pieces, like we talked about, choice pieces.
Some of these large ornaments.
Anything you'd suggest for,
we have
Christmas on a budget?
something here. You can put that. We have the Joy Christmas
Signs that you
sign.
can put on your
Yes.
Very nice.
You can come and just decorate with your reindeers. We have them in all
pointing to my favorite, too.
sizes.
Yes. Just go all out with the table setting.
Yes.
The table
So you
setting.
still walk
Yes.
into the room and feel the
You
season.
still feel Christmas.
Oh, that's
I'm feeling
perfect.
Christmas right now.
Yes. And this is just a
I'm
sneak
gutted I
peek.
didn't wear my Christmas hat with you.
Oh,
But the
yeah.
council told me December 1st. And I listened to the wise counsel.
Yes, well, we bullied him out of it, but we wouldn't let you get away with it today. But this is just a peek of the wonderful selection of Christmas decor that's available now at Home Fabrics. Thanks to Home Fabrics manager Aldika Gittins for coming in with us tonight. And it's time now for us to turn things over to ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap.
Alabama and Minnesota play to an instant classic at the Bahamar Pink Flamingo Championships. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand. I can take my
Gucci Flora, the fragrance collection.
available at Lorix Duty Free, Bay and Parliament, Old Fort Bay, Marathon Mall and Palmdale.
Stay joyful, not stressful. Holiday shopping is easy at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Best value whole kernel corn, 15 ounces, 99 cents. Rainbow green pigeon peas, 15 ounces, 149. Country Barn mayonnaise, 30 ounces, 369. Danish spare ribs, $2.39 per pound. Yellow onions, 3-pound bag, $2.39. Discover the great tasting variety of Wild Fork meats from farm to fork. The freshest frozen meats are found at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, because everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, and Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Welcome to your Thanksgiving Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. While universally, today's most popular bird will be that of a turkey, over at Baha Mar, it is a flamingo that holds the crown. More specifically, the Pink Flamingo Championships, which concluded last night at the Baha Mar Convention Center in the Junkanoo Division, an epic thriller between the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. The two teams would play in a back-and-forth seesaw affair until the final period. Tied at 55 with under 4 minutes to play, Alabama's defense would rally to hold Minnesota to just 3 points to secure the win 63-58. Essence Cody and Jessica Timmons led Alabama with 18 apiece, while Carly Weathers secured 11 points to go along with a team-high 7 rebounds.
It's made a lot of toughness plays there down the stretch and just found a way to win. Minnesota is a very, very good team, and they're so well coached. Stone does an amazing job, and you know, that's a tournament team we just beat. Phenomenal inside-out game, can really shoot the basketball, and they do a great job of execution. So we're really fortunate to get a few more stops down the stretch and make some plays.
I think just showing us just a gratitude, having the opportunity to be here. Our coaches allowed us to be here, build as a team, and also having people like the trainers, a lot of people coming and support us, have our family down here. But most importantly, I feel like we growed a lot during this tournament. So thank you to y'all, thank you to our coaches, and thank you to the players as well.
Still in hoops, the Bahamas women's national basketball team recently finished with a bronze at the FIBA CBC tournament in Guyana, in the process qualifying for the 2026 FIBA Central Basketball Tournament. One of the coaches on the sidelines during the window was Sharon Keno Burrows, who spoke about how the Federation hopes to maintain this momentum.
What Coach Donnie, Coach Swaby, Masani, the Federation, what we're trying to do is rebuild the culture. Similar to what we did with the men's a few years ago when the top players like Buddy, Michael Thompson started to make commitments. And that's where we want to have commitments from our top young ladies, but also like Mr. Horton has put me in position to do with the men's. Whilst they're home, we need to have them training year-round, playing in open gyms, you know, staying together, working together, and just to be a unit so that when we do add the ladies that are international, we already have a solid foundation similar to the men's.
And that's been your Thanksgiving Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Our company has a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong.
Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
You're looking at a drone shot of where we are right now, the headquarters of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas on Harcourt Rusty Bethel Drive, also known as 3rd Terrace, Centerville. ZNS has been housed in this building since 1959. And as a reminder, only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. This shot was brought to you by drone pilot Kyson Miller. And now it's time for us to head to Exuma. Let's go.
Classroom life is about to get better for students of St. Andrew's Anglican School in Georgetown, Exuma. Thanks to a nearly $300,000 donation from Bob and Jean Coughlin Foundation, 8 new classrooms and a new bathroom block are under construction. This is in addition to 4 ground floor classrooms already completed. The new block, which is expected to open next year, February, will consist of smart classrooms that will educate students in a more digital setting. St. Andrew's Anglican School Board Chairman Mary Pintard-Bowe, Deputy Chairman Cecil Smith, who is overseeing the construction process, and School Principal Tamara Munker thanked the Turtle Grass Resort owner for this generous donation.
Going to love it. It's a development for education, holistic learning, and we just want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
I got to spend an hour with you, and it was a lovely hour hearing everything that you're doing here to help the island and the kids, and our foundation is all about youth development and making sure the next generation has a better opportunity than even we had.
We've been agitating for this now for at least 5 years, and it was almost, I was at the point where I was almost about to give up, and then you turn a ball. Because I was screaming and saying that we need funds, we need new classrooms, we need to get rid of those rotten trails, and God sent you.
Definitely a heartwarming story there. A local healthcare facility taking a proactive approach when it comes to promoting its business. Here's Matea Stewart with Let's Talk Socials.
Today on Let's Talk Socials, First Care Bahamas decided to shake things up. Yes, they're pushing affordable health care, but it's the marketing that has everyone talking. Instead of the usual ad, they took the viral pop the balloon dating trend and flipped it into a full-on parody. And Bahamians, including myself, are eating it up. The cast alone had people clicking immediately. Our very own Danielle Dean showed up. Sawyer Boy brought the comedy like only he can, and bodacious Bodine Victoria delivered that bold energy she's known for. Put them together and you already know the video was going to be a hit before it even started trending. What people really loved, though, is how natural it felt. It wasn't forced, it wasn't overdone, just a clever local spin on a global trend that actually made you pay attention to what First Care offers. By the time the clip ended, you were laughing, but you also understood the message loud and clear. Don't take my word for it, take a look.
Tonight, one single lady searches for her perfect health plan. Let's see which of these hopefuls can handle her terms.
My name is Tara, and I must admit I'm very nervous right now. But my priority today is just to look for a really good plan. So I kind of need something that covers the Family Islands for sure, and I want some U.S. coverage for
I pop when she say U.S. benefits, but like 242 to the world. If she gets sick in Miami, but she on her own, then she get on.
U.S. benefits kind of thing. I can't deal with that. Only Miami you gain is Miami Street.
Baby, you could do better. Come.
So you said free doctor visits. You mean like just walk in and pay nothing?
But if I'm paying my monthly fee, that means I have to pay out of pocket again?
How you expect to come walking with your hands swinging and expect service?
It's a no for me.
So, why'd you pop?
Honestly, because Colin pop. We copy the whole policy.
I start at $250 a month. But honestly, based on your outfit, I can tell that's a little rich for your budget.
There's one balloon left.
First Care, what makes you think that you're the one for me?
So firstly, we have no co-pays. We have free doctor visits in and out the U.S. We have no age limit. We have low monthly payments for $49.50. Lower payments for kids at $38.50. That's everything you need right there. What more you need?
It's a huge yes for me.
We have a match! Free doctor visits, family plans, U.S. benefits, and lifestyle rewards. Don't get popped. Pick First Care Medical Plan.
Man, that is genius.
Very much so. I like the shade dropping. So you want to come in with your hands swinging?
Nothing?
Pop that. That's going to do it for Access Now for tonight. Join us for Access to Entertainment tomorrow when we'll have gospel artist Thomas Maxwell performing live in studio.
And stay tuned for the rundown on leadership with Ahmad Rashad Thompson and his guest, Fidelity Group CEO Gowan Bowe. Good night,
everybody.
At Centerville, I'm LaDawn Davis. This is ZNS.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, leaders of all generations, happy Thanksgiving and welcome to the Rundown on Leadership, the place leaders come to think deeper, rise higher, and lead with intention, conviction, and courage. This is the room where excuses die and accountability lives. I am your host, Ahmad Rashad Thompson, and I am so glad that you're running it down with us tonight. While your bellies are still full from the delicious meals you enjoyed at some point today, I invite you to pause and reflect with me for a moment. What are you grateful for? Who are you grateful for? If there's a leader in your life that you know could use an encouraging word from you before you go to bed tonight, let them know. Tonight is special. Tonight we close out a year of stretching, sharpening, and soul-shaking leadership conversations, and I know exactly what I am thankful for. I'm thankful for all of you. Thank you for running it down with us all year long. Thank you for tuning in every Thursday night, hungry for growth, ready for truth, and committed to becoming the kind of leader this world desperately needs. All year long, you have dedicated your Thursday nights to evolving and challenging the way you lead, and for that, we are grateful. I say it almost every week. I truly believe we are facing a global leadership crisis, and that's exactly why this show was created. So we can not only talk about it, but also do something about it as well. Before we get into tonight's show, I want to briefly tell you about two important events taking place in the coming weeks. The first is a business symposium taking place at Mount Tabor Church on December 6th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. This event is focused on bringing experts in business to you so that you can succeed in your business as well. You can expect presentations from successful business owners, tips from government agencies, tangible assistance with your business, and dynamic panel discussions. Registration is free if you register before Saturday, November 29th, and goes up to $49 if you register after November 29th. If you're a budding business owner, if you feel like it's time to step out on faith, or just want to take your business to the next level, you ought to be in that room. For more information, I encourage you to contact the church's office at 392-9300. The second event is one that's near and dear to my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the Shift Conference. Every year, we gather to inspire, transform, ignite, and shift the trajectory of our lives, and on January 30, 2026, the shift is on. Shift 26 is not just another conference, it is indeed a divine interruption. The Shift Conference is where people walk in drained and walk out destined, where leaders come confused but leave with clarity, where cycles finally break, ceilings become foundation, and purpose is unleashed. And this year at Shift 26, purpose gets louder. Identity gets clearer, destiny gets activated, and everything that has been buried under fear, uncertainty, and frustration rises to the surface as we break cycles once and for all. This is the place where you reclaim the parts of you that adversity tried to silence, where you meet the version of yourself that God has been preparing behind the scenes, where you realize that the life you've been praying for has been waiting on the leader inside of you to finally step forward. Shift 26 is not a moment, it is a mandate. And if 2025 shook you, stretched you, refined you, or exposed things in you, then Shift 26 is where you align what you've survived with what you're called to become. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to get your shift together and head on over to the shiftexperience.com. That's shift spelled with a Y, S-H-Y-F-T, experience.com, so that you can take full advantage of our early bird registration rates, which will go away at 11:59 p.m. on November 30th. Because on January 30th, 2026, those in the room will never be the same again. Now, let's talk about tonight. This past Monday, our nation held a by-election, and Mr. Darren Pickstock, candidate for the Progressive Liberal Party, was declared, or actually is projected to be, the winner. And while the votes will be analyzed and the statistics tell a deeper story, nearly 8,000 registered voters, yet less than half showed up. A close race, a lukewarm turnout, and a disengaged electorate. A picture we also see in many organizations in the Bahamas and around the world. Employees, like the electorate, are there, but disinterested, and in some cases, disavowed. Tonight, we will discuss the leadership lesson inside the data, because what we saw this week is a live case study of what is happening inside organizations all around the world. People showing up physically, but checking out mentally. Teams losing trust in leadership narratives. Employees disengaging because they feel unseen, unheard, and undervalued. People opting out because leadership has not given them a compelling reason to buy in. Low engagement is not a voting issue, it's a leadership issue. When leadership loses clarity, people lose confidence. When leadership loses courage, people lose commitment. When leadership loses its way, people lose their willingness to follow. And this is why tonight matters. Because the by-election is not just a national moment, it's a mirror. A mirror showing us what happens when leadership becomes predictable, when communication becomes inconsistent, and when trust erodes quietly, slowly, and silently, until participation drops and potential is wasted. Tonight's conversation is titled "The Leadership We Need Right Now," because we are in a moment when organizations, communities, families, and nations are all asking the very same question: who is going to lead us forward? And to help us run it down tonight, we are joined by one of the most respected, principled, and intellectually grounded leaders in our country. A man known for clarity, a man known for integrity, a man known for navigating complexity with calm precision. A man whose leadership transcends titles and who speaks to the soul of responsibility. Tonight, our guest is Mr. Gowan Bowe. He is the Group CEO of Fidelity Bank and Trust International Limited, a leader who understands the demands of stewardship, the weight of influence, and the power of principled decision-making. And together, we are about to explore what leadership must look like right now. In this economy, in this culture, in this moment. This is the conversation we've been building toward all year long. So grab your notepads, leaders, because tonight's conversation is about to challenge everything you thought you knew about engagement, influence, and the real state of leadership in our nation and around the world. This is the moment we confront why people are checking out, what leaders have failed to see, and what it will take to rebuild trust, commitment, and confidence in the future. This is the Rundown on Leadership, and your breakthrough is right after this break.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales here at CBS Bahamas. When it comes to hardware or home improvement items, we guarantee the lowest prices. That's our price match guarantee. If you find anything we sell for a lower price anywhere in the Bahamas, let us know about it. We will beat that price. We want your business. Shop at CBS Bahamas or cbsbahamas.com.
Our company has a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to the show, Mr. Gowan Bow. It is truly an honor to have you here with me this evening. I am certain, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an episode that you will not soon forget. Gowan, you're someone that I look to for an example, as an example in leadership, in not only in our country, but around the world. I think your brand of leadership is unique. There's a level of dry eye-ness that I believe is necessary in leadership. We're going to talk about all of that this evening. Before we dive into it all, Gowan, when you were little Gowan, right? Did you envision this as your journey? Did you envision leadership as part of what you would be doing in the world?
You know, it's funny, I will get rowed and say that only me have grandmother. I'll go back to the days of grandparents. And as a young child, it was interesting. I was the oldest in the second wave of cousins. So I have a big family. But my grandmother had a very simple philosophy. You're the oldest, so you're in charge.
Wow.
But you are responsible for them. So not in charge, meaning you could give direction. They do something wrong, I get beaten. Early in the morning, I must get up to make breakfast for them. And I would say that I didn't even appreciate what she was instilling in me at the time. But it was taking responsibility for others, setting an example, but more importantly, being a servant leader, because she was teaching that the way you actually get the respect and adoration of those around you is how you treat them. So of course in the beginning I beat them up a little bit, and I was maybe the one who got them in more trouble than they would care to admit, and they never turned on me. But that was probably my earliest memory in terms of saying, would I be where I am today? As they say, speak it into existence. Our viewpoint was there was no limitation.
Wow.
Our view was, look, don't be around here like the fellas in the road just with bad language. Make sure you take your education and use it. And
Absolutely.
so I always remember for that.
Yes. In terms of your career, the span of your career, the things you've done in the public space, in the corporate space, is there a moment or defining moment, Gowan, that you believe has shaped the leader we see today?
You know, I think there's several. And what I would say is the first thing is a gift really from the Almighty in terms of I've always been around what I would call quality leaders, meaning individuals that were willing to invest in me, but more importantly, those who were not afraid to be candid. From my high school teachers, right? One who would call me Big Dumb Grits. So some of those who from St. Anne's will remember that, to the headmaster who would say, well, why are you sitting on the blocks? You have a lot of young fellas who look to what you do, and you're sitting on the blocks. And I'm saying, well, I just want to enjoy the blocks for right now. But really having that sort of purpose. And I think that really what has shaped me is largely being around persons who've been willing to listen and who've been willing to give me an opportunity. So how could I do any less?
Yeah.
And the reality is, you know, I think persons who spend the time to mentor under quality persons, the greatest return that you can give them is by making them proud of what you become. And so for me, I think I had so many persons that were expecting greatness that if I didn't at least measure up to goodness, I would be in problems.
Indeed. Is there a leadership lesson that you learned the hard way, Garvin?
You know, I think the hardest lesson I've learned as a leader is that people want you to be friends, but not always hold them accountable. And that is the greatest challenge as you move through the ranks and you become responsible for others. Sometimes that separation in terms of saying, if you're truly my friend, then when I am critical, meaning objectively, but I am critical of what you're doing, that shouldn't be seen as a damage to our friendship. If you're truly my friend, you take that on board and you seek to remedy that and actually push us both forward. If you take that personal, I have to wonder how close we really were.
Wow.
And so the greatest lesson that I've learned over my career is one of we can be friends, but business is business. And to be honest, if we deal with ourselves honestly and upfrontly, then everything else will come naturally, I think, after that.
Now, you mentioned two things that stood out to me, Carmen. You mentioned servant leadership and accountability. In your mind, there are many people that sit at your level in leadership, even levels that are quite several ranks beneath that, beneath the role of CEO, that mismanage their opportunity to lead. They make it all about them. They make it all about who they are and what, do you know who I am, and that kind of thing. How do you define servant leadership, and what is the opposite of servant leadership?
You know, I struggle, and maybe that's because of the upbringing. I struggle to understand how persons see leadership being about themselves. Because when you think about persons as a young individual, who are some of the leaders that you would know internationally and globally, and even domestically? You think about a Sir Lyndon Pinland domestically, you think about a John F. Kennedy, you even think about Nelson Mandela and sort of the closeness that were there. What was the sort of common denominator with all of them? They had a purpose to bring others along. That their viewpoint was that their greatest success was, how do I actually leave the place better than I met it?
Wow.
So to me, servant leadership is several things. One, leaving it better than you met it, because it's meaning that you are elevating those who you meet in place and helping them to come along. But the way you do that is by showing them by example. That if I tell you to do something, but I'm not prepared to do it myself, how is that going to really exhibit the traits that I want you to follow?
Yes.
Equally, accountability, and I use that word, meaning that you have to build trust in your team. That if they feel that every time something is wrong, it's them. Every time something is right, it's you.
Wow.
Then the reality is, what's going to be their response? They're not really going to stand behind you. In fact, they're standing behind you, holding you, hoping you lean, so that they can move the hand and you follow, right? So you have to be of a mindset that you're talking to individuals and understanding what it is that they are going through. And it doesn't mean you're always going to appease them or necessarily do what they want to do, but if you make it about yourself, then what value have you added? To me, what I would love to do, and I think I've shared with this with you before, all through my career, the next level was when I was supposed to be able to read the newspaper, meaning that I was supposed to be able to come to the office. Everyone was working, and I read the newspaper. I still have a pile of newspapers I haven't read, so I haven't had that opportunity. But I think with that, to me, my greatest crowning achievement will be when I can read the newspaper, because it's meant that I have instilled in others sufficient that says I've given them the responsibility, but I've given them the guidance and instruction. I've given them accountability and understanding, but I've also given them my trust and confidence that they will be able to achieve. And if something goes wrong, they know I will still have their back. And I think that's the most important thing as leaders. Our team and those who follow have to know that you have their back.
Yes, yes.
Because it gives them confidence to make a mistake. But if they believe you're going to throw them under the bus the first time it comes, and you be the one put in reverse,
yes,
then you're not going to have a lot from it.
Wow. A couple of weeks ago, I was in devotions time, right, Calvin? And the Holy Spirit gave me this concept. You've heard trust and verify, or trust but verify. And he said to me, leaders who are really leaders after my own heart, trust and exemplify. They trust their teams to make the mistakes, to do the right thing, to find their way, but they exemplify, to your point, what it is that they're expecting. So many leaders today, Carwin, are choosing to trust and verify, which only means you don't trust me. If you can't trust me to do what you set me out to do, why am we actually doing it? What are your thoughts on that?
You know, persons mash a few corns when I say this.
Please do.
Those are the individuals who are insecure. And the reason why I say that is because you are insecure about whether or not you have actually led in the right way. So if your attitude is really what I'm going to say to sort of condemn whenever there's incorrect action. Have you looked in the mirror to say, well, did you give them the appropriate instruction? Did you give them the appropriate guidance? And oftentimes you'll come up wanting and saying, no, I didn't. Because oftentimes delegation is not about power and it's not about being in a position to say, you must do this. Delegation is about setting the course and then giving the persons the power to go ahead and do so. But it means equally setting the course, right? That you can't just send people on a path. So would you send someone, you know, out to the food store and you don't even tell them which direction it is? Would you send them to, say, get groceries for a particular meal, but you haven't said what you're cooking? So the reality is, I think when we see persons who are in leadership roles that have that attitude that is trust and verify or trust and vilify, I would say, oftentimes they are insecure about their own leadership, and that's how they sort of exhibit that insecurity. And unfortunately, that is a negative for both sides, because the individual and themselves, because you really don't progress unless you are actually seeing people progress with you.
Indeed. Do you believe, Colin, that leaders are made or born?
Again, this is controversial. I truly believe it's born. I think there's a distinction between leaders and managers. And by that I mean, leaders is an innate characteristic. When you look, and it could be good leaders and bad leaders, right? The Pied Piper, I use that story all the time, was a leader. He led them children straight to where he wanted to take them. But I think that leaders are those who have that sort of natural ability that people want to follow. That they have charisma, they have that sort of spirit that, you know, as we say in Bahamian vernacular, my spirit takes to them, right? And people willing to follow. Whereas a manager is the individual that is saying, I set processes in place and I navigate where we're going to go. And, you know, you are very fortunate if you have both. A leader that is good at managing. But I think that isn't to take away from persons being in leadership roles. And sometimes you have to appreciate, maybe I'm not a natural born leader. Maybe people do not follow me naturally. If that's the case, then I have to work extra hard to put in place systems, processes, and equality that demonstrates to them that I can manage them, right? So they're not following me because they just naturally gravitate towards me. They're following me because they have confidence in the direction that I'm carrying them. And so I would say it is a born characteristic, but you can develop management skills.
Absolutely. For those who aren't, for those who believe, because this is where I get controversial as well, they believe they're natural leaders, but nobody following. How do we help them, God? What do we say to them?
Well, you know, I don't know. That's called delusion, right? There was one of our former deputy prime ministers, A.D. Hanna, said, the people make you a leader. You don't make yourself a leader.
That's right.
And so, to your very comment, a person who believes themselves to be a leader probably isn't a leader.
My Lord.
Because you will know if you're a leader. Because it will be the people that make you a leader. It will be the people that turn to you. It will be the people that seek your input and guidance. If you're telling people, I'm the leader.
Yeah, come on, man.
You're probably only leading yourself.
And barely doing that. Because the hardest person to lead is yourself, right?
That's the one, and most critical.
Most critical person. Because many.
If you're honest.
If you're honest, that's exactly right. If you're honest with yourself and transparent with where you are developmentally, you will recognize that the hardest person to keep on track is you. And anyone that's ever had to announce their role, I'm the leader, I'm the manager, mom or sir, I can tell you they don't believe you and you don't believe yourself. I'm certain of it. What do you think is the hardest part of leadership, Cowan?
I think it's a lonely position to be in. And people don't always appreciate that. I think sometimes people see what they consider to be glitz and glamour, right? But as the saying goes, everything that glitters isn't gold.
Absolutely.
Leadership is difficult because you often feel isolated with your decisions. So while you may have a lot of persons around you, a true leader is the one who makes that final decision. But you're equally accountable and responsible for it. And sometimes it's difficult discerning those who are meaning you well and those who are not. So I say lonely, not because you don't have people around you, but because oftentimes you are left to your own counsel. You take on board all that has been given, and then you have to make that final decision. And, you know, that sometimes puts a pressure on certain individuals because it is not an easy place to be. My mother always used to tease, she said, I was a child that always needed people around me.
Wow.
So she would look at me and my sister will read a book by herself. She said I was the greatest nuisance because me, I have to have somebody watching me, I have to have someone around, someone playing. And I realized that it's still very much like that today, that my door is always open. And they tease at my office, there's a train station. People are in and out constantly. But honestly, it still gets very lonely some days because even after all of that, I'm going to say, turmoil that is taking place all around me, I'm sitting there saying, it's just you.
Wow.
And I think that is one that we sort of underestimate the mental stability that goes into sometimes being in a leadership role. And that's why it's so important to have a support cast around you that look at you and say, boy, I don't know what you're going through, but I hear for you. And I think that's so important as leaders to have persons who are there to support them.
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about leadership, as we often over-glamorize it, is that the position is the very least of your worries once you get it. Because that's when responsibility begins. When those people that decide that they want to follow you give you responsibility now, they have expectations of you now. You have to perform, right? When we come back from our break, we're going to talk more about what our by-election represents in the way of the real world and real corporate world. We're going to talk about how disengagement shows up in many different ways and what you as leader must do to recognize and then provide an antidote for that disengagement. Your breakthrough continues after this break. Stay close.
As we continue to develop the orange economy of the Bahamas and empower our artists and artisans, we as a government intend to show tangible support. We are therefore requesting our Bahamian artists and artisans to submit images of their handmade, authentically made Bahamian products and prices as we move to produce a live digital booklet with Bahamian-made works. With the creation of a live booklet, artisans can always submit new works to be included. It is our intent to use this book as a catalog for the purchase of items by all senior government officials for gifts, display items, and the like. Ministers, permanent secretaries, members of parliament, and ambassadors will be supporting our orange economy by the purchase of items and in sharing this book to the wider global creative community. We are committed to grow and expand the orange economy of the Bahamas.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done. but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, our guest tonight is Mr. Gowan Bow, and we are discussing the topic, the leadership we need now. Gowan, I want to continue our conversation. This week's by-election showed low turnout and close margins, a signal of disengagement. What parallels, if any, do you think we see between the civic disengagement and that of what's happening in organizations around the world and in the Bahamas right now?
It's called the deaf, dumb, and muteness.
Come on.
Right? Because we tend to not hear what the people are saying. We are engaging and they're talking, but it's going in one ear out the next.
Wow.
You know, I was taught by my grandfather, so only me have grandfather too, that it's not when the people are speaking about you should be concerned, is when they stop speaking about you.
Absolutely.
And the reality is Bahamians are a funny set of people. When we care, we are arguing, we are fighting, we are rowing, we are present.
Yes.
When we have turned off, we don't argue anymore. Funnily enough, we say, you do you, and I can do me. And you tend to see them withdraw. So I think when we look at our politics, we've seen that, you know, decline in recent times in voter turnouts. We've always had very high voter turnout. And I think, you know, let me start by saying, it is a right that has been fought for, so I believe every person should exercise it because ultimately you don't know what you're giving up when you don't.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, it is for our leaders to appreciate that when people stay home, it's because they have disengaged and they don't feel they're being heard anymore. And they believe you're speaking, but you're speaking just in sort of as a mime. But you're talking, but nothing is coming out.
Wow.
And I think we've gotten to that point where there's some apathy, where the voting class is a lot younger nowadays. So the older people appreciate what voting meant. And they're the ones who are still going to row with their policy makers, and they're going to tell them with their viewpoint. But the younger ones are saying, well, I am trying to vocalize. One, I don't necessarily feel that I have the forum to speak. Two, I'm not sure that you're actually hearing me. And three, that you're doing anything about it if you are. And I think we have to be very, very careful because that's a slippery slope for us to be on. It parallels in business because you can have the same thing in business. How often have you gone into a business establishment and you've seen persons sit behind the desk and you could see that they really ain't interested in being there, right? That when you speak to them, they kind of tell you, look, I only here till the 5 o'clock. Like, I ain't here to do nothing else.
I can't follow this.
Like, if you have a problem, you need to go take it up with someone who cares.
Wow.
Right? I mean, they don't say those, but sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do, yes.
But, so I think that as a leader, the concern you run into is when you see people not speaking. To me, I have an interesting dynamic in my organization. When we do the employee engagement survey, I have one set of comments come back that says the access to the CEO is fantastic, right? Never had this before. Then the other set of comments come back, too much access to the CEO. And you kind of know the demographic immediately, right? The ones who are saying too much access, they are the ones who are stuck in their ways and are saying, look, I was used to this totem pole, and you need to toe the line through me. You here going to the CEO. And then you have the younger ones who are saying, well, he doesn't always give me the answer because no one could ever say that when they come to me that I am favoring someone because I tell them I have a bad memory. So I can't remember who I do favor for. So it's best that I do something I can replicate with everyone. But I believe it is about equity and fair treatment. So we have to appreciate that if we listen, show them that we are taking on board what they've said, but also spend the time to articulate why it doesn't necessarily line up with how they see it. I've had many conversations where the person left saying, I ain't coming to talk to you no more because I understand what you're saying, but you ain't on my run. Right? You telling me something different from what I come to you to get more money. You asking me about what productivity I produce and what am I doing with my 5-year career plan. I ain't come for you for all of that, right? But they then are there behind me, because I will say that I'm also fairly confident that no matter what I ask in terms of delivering for the bank and service, that I have a crew that is going to be on the line with me.
Yeah.
And their viewpoint is, well, you can make sure that we're taken care of, and that's very true. So I think what we're seeing in the low turnout is something that our policymakers, both political parties, well, all of the political parties, right? So, one of them may believe that they're hearing more of the voice of the people, but you're still seeing some reticence in terms of where the vote is going in that regard. So I think all of the political parties have to take stock and say, is this about you? Or is it about the people? And you could say you're walking all around and you're knocking on doors, but do the people believe that your knock on the door is hearing them and then seeing something that they're asking
Some tangible. And I think that point you're making, and I've seen it happen time and time again, people celebrate the participation rate. 98 participation, and almost 100 people in the bank, but what have they said and what have you done with what they have said? That reticence you talked about comes in and settles in for a number of reasons. Distrust, feeling like they're not being heard, opportunities not being made available to them. How do organizations today, listening to our conversation, leaders in their own way, work on removing or quelling that reticence, getting people to become engaged again? Because a disengaged employee isn't necessarily a foregone employee, but you have to do some work now to get me back.
You know, I think we have to appreciate that. Don't give lip service to what you call employee engagement.
That's good.
So when you say that I value my people as my #1 asset, how do you demonstrate that? So are you doing employee engagement surveys, but not the formality of it? Are you opening up forums for people to communicate? So are you having suggestion boxes? Are you having staff meetings? Are you having engagement where it is not one directional? That in a big forum with a big microphone and the only thing is the microphone and the speakers going out, but you have people who are sitting. So sometimes that's smaller groups. Are you having a clear communication about the vision? Right? Because persons oftentimes will say, well, I don't even know what this company is trying to do. Right? So how am I supposed to align myself? And then how do you plot them in the whole strategy? Because people want to feel like they're a part of it. Now, I will be one that will be critical of some of our younger individuals that I think are looking for more spoon feeding than we got in our generation, right? And I think that that is a fair criticism, because sometimes when I sit and speak and say, what is your 5-year plan? And you look into the sky, it's not saying that you have everything laid out, because you don't have a crystal ball, but you have to have your own goals. You have to have somewhere you want to be, so that I could say, how do I map you into what I'm doing? But everyone wants to feel that they have opportunity for growth and development. And I say to persons very simply, that doesn't necessarily mean taking your job, you know. Because I say to persons, if someone in Fidelity wants to be CEO, you know, unless they're cutting my brake line, that's probably not something that's going to happen in the next 10 years. However, that doesn't mean they're not ready to be CEO when an opportunity presents itself in some other organization. And so, to me, it isn't about me holding down to hold my position. It is about me saying, how do I bring everyone up to the highest level that they can be and show them that I'm going to be supportive? Because we know how some of our businesses are. People who leave are seen as disloyal, good for nothing, ingrates, right? Whereas we should be looking at saying, but if you didn't provide opportunity for them to develop, why are you upset when they found new and sort of growing areas and they've gone? Because some of the greatest resources that I have are people who've worked with me, either worked under me, or even above me, who are in other organizations that I could pick up the phone, and you know how valuable it is to say, you know what? We had a relationship. I saw that you wanted the best for me. And so when you call and ask me for a favor, or you call and ask me, I'm willing to do that because I felt that you contributed to me as well. And I think we have to play the long game, as they say, not the short game. And I think we have too many persons who are about protecting the position that they have, as opposed to about advancing the position they have.
That's good.
And what I would say the difference between the two is protecting the position is keeping it static. Advancing the position is evolving it. Because it may mean that you've outgrown it and you may need to go into a different direction, but it means you've brought new and innovative ideas because you've brought people along as well.
If we focus on this parallel between citizenry and corporate Bahamas, many citizens expect governments to fix everything. It's a government fault, it's a government issue. Same way employees expect leaders to fix everything, right? Godwin is the CEO, he must fix the water drain on and the bathroom ain't working. How do we get employees and organizations to create a workplace culture that empowers employees to develop rather than depend on the leaders and situations around them?
You know, it may sound oversimplified, ownership. And I think the country, as well as corporates, need to understand, how do I get people invested in either the country or the corporation?
Absolutely.
In corporations, you know, how do I get either share ownership, and it doesn't mean big shares. You know, we always think share ownership mean I is the boss, right? But if you have 0.01%, right, you still have a share, and so every time the company makes $1, you have 0.01% of that. So your money is working for you as opposed to you working for your money. The same thing with your country. How do you show people that you're invested in your country, or give them an opportunity to own what is there? We talk about the National Development Plan, and the National Development Plan is the same equivalent as a strategic plan for a business. That you have to look and say, well, how do I show persons that they have a stake in this? So it has to be creative, right? So you may not say you give shares if it's a private company, but your actual incentive program may say that it is profit sharing for everyone, right, as opposed to for the select few. In the country, you may look at it in terms of, yes, it's unrealistic to say that everyone is going to get a piece of land, but how is it that when we look at opportunities and incentives, that we can see that when we present a plan, the government is going to invest, even as simple as paying me on time. Right? Because we take for granted. When we had challenges even during COVID, I once said with the then administration that you're talking about starting up small businesses, but imagine if you just gave an advance payment to a small business that said, you're going to provide, you know, they love the term widgets, right? So let's keep it generic. You're going to provide widgets. Well, I know that I'm ordering from you 500,000 in widgets. Imagine what it would mean if you said, look, I have confidence and faith that you're going to be honest, and I give you $200,000 as an advance payment, which allows you to now start the inventory purchase, mobilize, and then you pay yourself last, right? Because you're still going to get $500,000, but your $50,000 profit out of that is the last set of money to be paid. If you do that in a timely manner, people then say, well, you investing in me. And it wasn't $1 you put into the company, but you are investing in their success. So I think when we talk about how do we engage them again, why should they care that the drain is fixed? Why should they care to pick up the trashes on the ground? Because it contributes to their well-being, and it contributes to their own financial well-being. So I'm going to say mental, physical, and spiritual well-being, that they are seeing that their contribution is actually coming back to them. And that just requires constant engagement. We often think money is the answer. Don't get me wrong. I have 2 children, so I know that money is a necessity. But what I will say to you is, oftentimes people's reward do not come in the form of monetary gain. It comes in the form of, well, how have you helped me or put me in a position to be more successful in my monetary aspect? So if you've allowed me to advance, so now instead of me earning minimum wage, I could earn a higher salary. You didn't give it to me, but I am now worth more because of what you instilled in me and invested. So that's a big part, which you know, and a large part of training, both on the country and in the corporate.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think what this conversation so far is teaching you is that a lot of this is in your hands, right? You have to do the work to engage the people you're working alongside. Engagement is more than, hey, how you doing, right? The people who get the most from people are the ones who actually relate to people. People respond to leaders they can relate to and learn from and grow with. If you continue to sit in your ivory tower, continue to wait till everybody get inside before you walk in first, you wait till the elevator closes so you can go in after them, they're watching you. They are on to you as well. This is so good. When we return, we'll continue to run it down and discuss the leadership we need now. So stay tuned, because there's more breakthrough after the break.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill initially. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas. Rent-to-Kill Initial.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company, Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has 2 arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. It's never been done before. It really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'll expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the U.S.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, our guest tonight is Mr. Gawain Bow, and we're talking about the leadership we need right now. Gawain, in a small nation with limited human capital, how should leaders be thinking differently about attracting, developing, and retaining talent in this day and age?
Well, I started in the previous segment when I said that money isn't always the panacea, right? And oftentimes, if you're throwing money at a problem, is good money after bad. The principal way is training, but let me see if I get the order right. The John Hopkins one, in terms of the 10, 20, 70, that really the classroom setting, you only retain 10%.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the sort of counseling, you retain 20%. It's on-the-job training that you have 70% of what you retain. And so that's why you have the doctors walking around with the more senior doctors and experimenting and serving patients. I think that that's what we have to look at very deliberately in our local environment. That how do I partner people with an on-the-job mentor? So how do I identify persons with good attitude, good work ethic, and a clear plan for their own development with younger persons?
Yes.
So how do I put them together so one, they're seeing on a daily basis sort of the good traits that you want them to follow, but secondly, they are seeing those persons advance. When I said I had the good fortune of being with good leaders, not all the time that was the more senior people. I'll remember my early days in public accounting. Those who were just the team leaders for the audit teams that we went out, they instilled a lot of, in terms of what it was I learned and developed. And they passed on their knowledge, and they were not hoarding their knowledge and understanding. So we have to appreciate that we have to be more creative to say that, okay, if we say knowledge is power, put your money where your mouth is. Invest in not only the structured training, but how do we create a learning environment? How do we create a teaching environment? Leaders or persons who sit in executive management who believe they're beyond that, right, are the ones that really are hindering the organization. I always tell persons the happiest I'm at is when I'm in a classroom setting, but not in terms of at the lecture pulpit, but when I'm sitting where I can move and I can talk and you can get the feedback and persons are engaged and I can say, well, this is what I've learned. But you could tell me, man, Gowans, that's nonsense, right? And you've learned something different. So to me, whenever I'm pulled away from that is when I am the most lonely, because I'm sitting there saying, man, I'm not even doing what it is that I love. And I realized that that was something. My mother's a teacher, so I'd say to persons, sometimes there's a divine line on some of the things that I had, and I always watch the children that she was closest to were the most troublesome children. And some will say, well, that's me being her own child. And some of my best teachers would look and just shake their head when they had to deal with me and my best friend, right? But when you have that teaching mindset, it is not looking for the perfect student. You're actually looking for the imperfect student.
Absolutely.
Because you're looking for the one that is probably most talented, but is rebellious and want to play the fool, if you will. So that's the first thing, the mentorship on the job. The second aspect is, as I started, where we look at the incentive compensation to say that you have a direct correlation between your productivity and output and what you get. So to me, how do you say, well, when you look at the area that you're in, because, you know, a car has several parts.
Yes.
Right? There's an engine that you don't see. There's the shiny out exterior. You have the luxury interior. But all of these work together, and that's the same in an organization. So sometimes the engine is overlooked because they're the ones that are propelling the movement, but they're not shiny. They're not the ones that people are sitting on. So how do you reward them? How do you show that there's balance to say that everyone who's contributing will be rewarded? So you have to look at the incentive system and not focus on the glamour, the sales side, but how do you reward those who are in the engine room and keeping you moving? So that requires a whole revamp of our traditional incentive type arrangement. And then finally, I think it's about something that you said that you may not even appreciate it, get out of the ivory tower. That if you walk amongst your team, it changes the dynamic.
Everything.
Right? Because first you see who all sitting on Facebook all day, and you can tell them, you know, which job you charging that to, right? And you could do it in a more pleasant manner as opposed to just coming down and they never see it. So to me, all of my team know, they will never say to you that I am not their hardest taskmaster. But they'll say that out is I'm sitting in amongst them. So if we have a problem, I'm sitting in the floor, right? I'm not pulling it into something that is away. And only thing I have is the team say, man, you ain't got to embarrass me like that when you ask me. You ain't know, right? But it's about camaraderie. It's about saying, well, I feel you're one of us, right? I believe we often put too much emphasis on titles. In my organization, everyone knows you call them Gowan. Even the young people who will start by Mr. Bo, the first thing they're taught, no, don't call him Mr. Bo, you call him Gowan. And they ask me why. I say, because I don't need there to be a barrier to our communication, because when you put this mindset that Mr. is attached because you are at this particular level, respect is not in the name. Respect is in how you behave.
Absolutely.
Right? So you can show me the greatest respect, but call me Gowan every day. My son does.
When I worked in corporate Bahamas, and even my clients now, Gowan, I teach leaders that there are 4 types of employees. There's the willing and able, willing and unable, unwilling and able, and unwilling and unable. And you have to identify who is in which quadrant, who you're partnering with whom, because that willing and unable person was once willing and able. It's a sweet spot. Something about their trajectory with the organization has gone awry. And if you do the work, if you relate, if you come out of the ivory tower, if you engage people, you'll understand, oh, it was when we did this, or when we mismanaged that this person became still very capable, very sharp, but brother, I on y'all run. I'm ready to just come and go now. Then you have that unwilling and unable. The guy is telling you, brother, I don't want to and I don't know how to. Why we spray them?
I don't know, you know, I think it's because we don't like confrontation in our country. So we hoping you leave.
And that hoping is, that's a weird spot to be in. You praying and fasting and this guy decided to quit the job, but he could be there the longest going, he ain't getting nowhere.
Because he know you want him gone.
Come on.
Right, so just out of spite. He or she
I can hold on,
right?
just because
and you're going to have to tell me to go. But you know where it boils down to? Our unwillingness to do objective and honest performance appraisals. That if you sit down and again, this shows the shortcoming in leaders. You can't expect something from someone you have not communicated to them.
Absolutely.
So a key part of performance appraisals is that upfront conversation about my expectations of you. These are the corporate expectations, but these are my personal expectations as your mentor, your counselor, etc. So when I come behind, I can say where you have not, but I can highlight where you have, and I can now chart a path to say, well, how do we address the deficiencies and how do we highlight and re-emphasize the advantages or the areas where you are proficient. And I think that we will quickly identify the unwilling and unable. And I like that what you said, because we should not be carrying them. And you know, again, I always remember stories. I had a professor in university that she would come and say, you know, I just don't think this for you. It wasn't that she was mean. She said, accounts, you just did the first 2 exams. I think you're very talented, but just not in accounting.
Wow.
And I think sometimes it's that conversation. And in one of my former lives, we used to have the term counsel out, which meant that, okay, let me show you why maybe what is needed doesn't match your skill sets. And how do we help you identify where you would thrive and where you would actually advance? And so it's a little bit of a partnership so that it doesn't seem like I'm throwing you out. What I'm saying to you is you're not right for us, and we're not right for you, because if we are not sort of have that harmony and moving forward together, we are holding each other back. But let's not treat it as a casting aside, that, okay, sometimes you have that one who you just have to cut the rope, because the reality is they come in and tell you, look, I ain't for this, as you say. And those ones you can't help. But I think, I'm going to say the vast majority, they act that way because they feel no one has invested or no one has paid the time or paid the attention. So if we do that, I think we have, put it this way, let me tell you, I've worked in the UK, I've worked in Canada, and I can tell you that our workforce here is amongst the most talented the dual experience. But our challenges, we are the most vocal as well.
Come on.
So you have to be prepared to take a little bit of a chafing as a manager. And if you are super thin-skinned, that's going to be a problem. Absolutely. Because unfortunately, you have a lot of them who grew up with Grammy, and they can tell you what they feel. Absolutely. Right? And that's not a bad thing. I think as long as it is harnessed and controlled, and sometimes you may have to put them in line to say, okay, you know, that's not the way to go about saying it, but listen to the message, not the tone.
I think as we bring the show to a close, and I can't believe the time is going on so quickly, we are facing now, Gowan, the first time in the history of the planet where there are up to 6 generations in one organization. Most times it's 5, but sometimes it could be up to 6. I was with a client the other day, Gowan, and the gentleman is 22 years old. The director of housekeeping was his boss. She's about 50-something. And she said he was to work that morning, and she missed him. So she called him, hey, I didn't see you for a couple hours. What's going on? Oh, I've reevaluated my life's decision. And I've moved on. I've left your uniform in the bathroom. He left the job, Gowan, didn't let anybody know, but in the space of about 3 hours, he reevaluated his entire life and decided to move on. You've mentioned mentorship quite a few times this evening. Why is it important that young people like that, who are talented, who are gifted, but he ain't got that interest to hang around and deal with something they believe is not serving them? Why is it important to couple them with someone who has found the value in sticking things through and seeing things through?
You know, unfortunately, society and life has changed from what we knew it, because I would say my first mentors were my grandparents. The next mentors were my parents. The commercializing of our lives and the consumerism has taken us to a point where you know, mommy, daddy, Grammy, and grandpa are working. And who are we leaving for the children to be mentored by? And sometimes there has to be a sacrifice just as simple as eating dinner together, right? I give my wife high praise for that she's very intentional that we can eat together, right? Even if that's breakfast. And at dinner time, we may be doing slightly different things, but that's when we have a conversation, right? And still the Sunday lunches. So why is mentorship so important? Because the family structure is actually not today what it used to be. And the young kids are looking for that parent figure or that old uncle or that sort of big brother or big cousin figure that they don't have at home. And we have to now start appreciating that we don't want to lose a generation. And so it becomes important that if you've been there, done that, and trust me, there's nothing new under the sun, just as the Bible says, because I will tell you that all of the things they're thinking about, we thought about, our fathers thought about, our grandfathers thought about, right? It's just how we exhibit it in different ways. And so sometimes telling someone not to buck their toe is not as valuable as showing them the toe you just bucked, right? And saying, boy, you want your toe look like this, or you will keep your nail on your foot. And so that mentorship says that, okay, it's not about the, again, lip service. It's about saying, man, I'm a real human being. Right? And I made the mistake. Now, if you won't go ahead and make the mistake, that's on you. And tell them like that. If you won't go quit your job and don't know where the next dollar is coming from, you can do that. But I've done that before. And look, I was without work for 6 months. Someone who can give you that real conversation. And so that's why it's important. And I said, that's the innovative part, on-the-job training. Look at the people you have and identify the champions in your organization, because we all have them. Make sure they're rewarded. Make sure they're appreciated as being the champions, and then partner people with them so that they get the mentorship they're not getting at home.
In our final couple of minutes here, Gowan, and literally about 2 minutes left. 60 seconds. What do you think is the biggest blind spot spot that most leaders are facing and have no idea that they're walking into this?
Right now, boy, biggest blind spot? I'll probably say hornet's nest, because they have a keg waiting to explode, because people have a whole myriad of issues that haven't been communicated.
Wow.
Because I will say to you that when you believe that all is well,
come on,
is when it's not.
Come on.
Right?
Jesus,
and it's not about paranoia.
Yeah.
It's about saying, boy, if someone tells me everything fine,
something ain't right. They lie.
Something ain't right, right?
Yeah.
And it's then that you spend more time asking the question. So the biggest blind spot is listening when you ask someone if all is well and they say, yeah, everything fine.
Yeah, boss, everything straight.
Right? And it's more, okay, sit down and tell me, because I tell people, when they tell me that secret.
Yeah.
Because it's never all straight with me.
Yeah.
Now, if you tell me I ain't complaining because no one listening, okay, I understand. And then I can say, well, tell me what the complaint is. But I think that's the biggest thing we're walking into today, that we have so many powder kegs emerging.
Wow.
And when they explode, we're surprised. But the signs were there. And we just didn't pay attention, and we didn't ask early on.
Absolutely. I think it's important that you understand what Gavin is just saying. So many people are act oblivious because oblivion is safer. It's easy. There's no, if anybody making noise, then all is well. But ladies and gentlemen, when you find your team members that are become silent, have decided to sit on their words versus vocalize themselves, that's when you know for sure something is wrong, all is not well, right? One of the things Gavin said was you have to identify your champions in your organization. I encourage you to also recognize and identify your gangsters. Find the people who you know is caused the most confusion, bring you the most headache and heartache, because those are the ones that are still capable in some cases, not all, but want to just be heard. They've not been heard or seen in a long time, so they acting out. Think about your child. When you don't give them what they want, or when you don't give them the attention they're looking for, they freak out. The same is true for your gangsters in your organization. And the gangsters in your organization, I'm using the term loosely here, are the ones that are most aware of exactly what's going wrong and what it would take to make it go right again.
Exactly right.
And so I need you to understand here, the message is engage, relationship. Connect with your team members, because if you don't, you will have hell to pay. Tonight, we weren't just reminded of what leadership is, we were reminded of what leadership requires. It requires courage when comfort is easier. It requires clarity when confusion feels safer. It requires conviction when compromise is calling your name. It requires the level of humility to admit that people disengage long before they disappear. And it's our responsibility to notice and then act. If you felt something during this conversation tonight, it's because something has been tugging on you. If something has been challenging you, if something has exposed the place in your leadership that you've ignored, do not run from it. This is the time to lean into it. You're now taking time to evaluate your year and to understand what's coming up in the year ahead. This is the time that you don't grow by accident. You grow because you are aware, you're honest, and you're prepared to take action. To our guest, Mr. Gavin, we want to thank you, sir, for leading with integrity, wisdom, and the kind of steadiness that this world desperately needs. Thank you for running it down with me tonight, sir. It's always a pleasure to engage with you and to talk with you. As we close this season, I want you to hear me very clearly. Your leadership is someone's permission to hope again. Your integrity is someone's reason to trust again. Your courage is someone's cue to re-engage again. The future is watching you. The team is watching you. This country is watching you. And the question isn't what will you accomplish next year or next. The question is, who will you choose to become? I encourage you to, as you decide your leadership legacy, your leadership brand, be careful of the example you set, because it's an example that will live long after your leadership role has gone. If you're finding yourselves losing your team members, tap in. Come out of the office, talk to the people in the organization you have long avoided or ignored. I also encourage you to stay tuned to the ZNS network for the Bahamas tonight. It's the final newscast in the country with the latest in news and information from Mr. Carvel Pyfram. Until next year, everyone, Merry Christmas. I know it feels early, but I'm gone for a little while. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thank you for running it down with us. We are so grateful. I'm your host, Amada Shaw Thompson, and should the Lord tarry, we'll see you right here next year on the Rundown on Leadership, everyone. Good night.
And Lyford Key, I'm Tanya Smith-Cartwright. This is ZNS.
It's time for Focus Forward, sponsored by Invest Grand Bahama. It's Grand Bahama's best talk show, highlighting all of the positive things happening in Freeport. Look forward to our special guests each week that will tell you about events, activities, and initiatives that are making a remarkable impact on our community. You'll also hear from local business owners and get a heads up on deals and special promotions. It's time to Focus Forward.
Welcome back to Grand Bahama's Best Talk Show, Focus Forward, sponsored by the Invest Grand Bahama unit of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. My name is Glendia Sweeting, Manager of Quality Assurance at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, and I am joined by my co-host, Alex Thompson, the Director of Public Affairs, Advertising, Public Relations, all sorts of things at the Downtown Freeport Business Association. Alex, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous today, girl.
Okay.
It's fabulous.
I mean, you're so quiet today.
You know, I'm trying to be a little bit more demure.
Okay.
I'm trying a new vibe.
Is that possible?
Yeah, I'm letting the fun come from my attire.
Okay.
The fun earrings, the butterflies, the flowers.
You are always so extra.
Just, you know.
But we know Alex. This is who I have to deal with each and every week. She stresses me out, but it's okay.
She can't do without me, y'all.
It's okay.
She be calling me through the week. Hey, what you saying? I'm like, I work in.
I don't know what she was
I work in. Unlike you, I have to work for a living.
But
and just sit behind a desk and just, you know.
Oh my goodness, I'm working now.
Working now.
And I'm not always sitting behind the desk because I work in the city. I work in the community. I get out there. That's what you have to do.
Downtown in a minute, y'all.
She believes everywhere is downtown. But anyways, thank you guys so much for being with us today. Of course, we want to get into some wonderful conversations. And we want to learn about what's happening around the city of Freeport. If you want to know what's happening, the place to come is Focus Forward. And of course, Alex is always here to keep us up to date with what's going on. And Freeport Flash Friday is coming up, right? 3 Fridays.
You need to say it again. Fridays. I don't know what's going on. This is like the 3rd week we're talking about Freeport Flash Fridays, and she hasn't gotten asked yet. We're gonna work on it. But wait, give some props to our tree, though.
Yes, thank you so much to our GBPA team that would have put this together, Invest Grand Bahama and some others. Thank you so much for giving us this beautiful tree today.
And thank you for those
we are celebrating the holidays.
That's coming to decorate my tree at home.
We also want to remind you guys that Christmas in the city is coming this week, Friday. You definitely want to be downtown in the former Churchill Square, which is now called Independence Square. Downtown, your favorite place?
I was going to ask you to say it again.
No, you go ahead.
It's downtown. This weekend. We come alive in the evening for a wonderful, fantastic, amazing time downtown.
Downtown. Okay. Best commercial we've had for the day.
Christmas in the city.
So Christmas in the city, you want to be a part of that. It starts at 6:30 p.m. in Independence Square. You definitely want to be there. Bring your family, bring your friends, come and take some photographs with Santa Claus. Come and view the tree, you know, have your Instagrammable moments. We're going to have lots of live entertainment, lots of food,
drinks,
lots of drinks,
entertainment,
yes,
and food.
All of that good
Come and
stuff.
support your local businesses. And we're also going to have some of our local stores downtown as well, out a little late, so y'all could come and do a little Christmas shopping at the same time.
Yes. Take advantage of some wonderful deals, promotions,
Downtown
specials,
knows
and a
how to do it.
variety of items. Okay. All right, so let's get into our conversation today, because if I mind, Alex, we will never begin. All right, so we want to talk a little bit about something that's been buzzing around time, even buzzing beyond Freeport, beyond Grand Bahama. And I'm very interested in this. Particularly, yes.
Excited? Continue.
Thank you. So we want to talk about what is happening with the Grand Bahama Development Company and their land sales department. And of course, we cannot have this conversation without having at our roundtable Mr. Charles Pratt, who is the Senior Manager of Commercial Sales and Development. Thank you so much for being with us, Mr. Pratt.
Thank you so much for having us again. We're happy to be here.
Oh, of course. Because, you know, we had DevCo last week. And last week we were talking to the city management team, Mr. Corey Cartwright, Mr. Roosevelt Roll, and we were talking about the Tano Beach Bridge. So DevCo is just on a roll right now. So we want to hear about some more good things. We also want to welcome to our roundtable for the very first time, but probably not the best time, but the best time for now, because she's going to have better times with us as well, because we want you to keep coming back. So we want to welcome Miss Lakeisha Johnson, who's the sales counselor at the Grand Bahama Development Company. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. And I do look forward to being
Yes, we want you to
focus forward.
We want you to come back because I know a lot is going on, and I'm hearing that you have a big passion for service to the community, particularly in terms of land sales. So looking forward to hearing more about that.
And I am looking forward to sharing that with you.
Thank you. Thank you. And we also, again, another first timer.
Newbies?
Yes, another first timer.
We got a hazer.
We got a hazer. To our oval table. We can't haze people out.
Oh, yeah, right. Not on air. Sorry.
We want to welcome Miss Linnell Sawyer, who is also a sales counselor at the Grand Bahama Development Company. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's so good to have you guys here now.
These names.
We're hearing about. Yes.
They're counseling us. Educating us on the properties we need to buy and how we need to make the right investment.
Yeah. So let's allow them to do that. Let's see what comes out of the conversation.
Let's see what happens. Let's go.
Let's see how it goes.
Very strategic.
Very strategic.
That was his baby.
Yeah.
But you'll be surprised how much goes into a sale process from beginning to end. So counselor is a very strategic name. And we wear that hat proudly.
Okay, good, good.
On my hat.
So let's, I like contacts.
Many hats.
I like contacts, Mr. Brad, you know that. Right. And I want to talk about this whole thing from the beginning. So when we hear commercial sales and development, we're talking about the Grand Bahama Development Company. Give us a little bit of history on the company. What is it that you guys have done, and what are you trying to do now?
Well, thank you for the question. And yes, I just want to echo what you said earlier. I want to applaud the first time for Lakeisha and Linnell on Focus Forward. They are new team members relatively. And the name Sales Counselor is indeed strategic because we are transforming the sales department of the Grand Bahama Development Company. And in doing so, we are bringing in individuals who fit that who fit the core responsibilities for that role, which is more than just the sale of land. It involves advising the individual on affordability, on market value of land, even future prospects for that land in terms of value appreciation and what have you. So our criteria for a sales counselor has indeed deepened as it relates to what we had formerly. And so when you come to the Grand Bahama Development Company, you can expect to receive excellent professional service.
White glove service.
White glove service. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. White glove service in the acquisition or the investment, the largest single investment that you probably will ever make in your lifetime. And so we want to make sure that we have the right people in the right seat doing the job exceptionally well. The Grand Bahama Development Company is a joint venture company, 50% owned by Hutchison Whampoa, and the other 50% by Port Group Limited, a subsidiary of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, as we all know. And we are responsible for the maintenance, development, administration of the Lucaya area of the port area, which is 230 square miles. And in that area, we have any number of properties of various zoning, starting in the residential side from single family, duplex, multifamily high-rise, and then of course we have commercial. Commercial more so is exciting at this time only because we're launching a new product, given the results of our reports and what we have implemented. And so actually we are kind of week behind in launching that, but we are definitely launching that this week. And so I know there are a lot of people who've been calling on when is this product becoming available?
So this is an exclusive right now. Let me just be clear.
You're hearing it here first.
Okay.
You're hearing it here first.
Okay.
And so we're going to talk a little bit about that today, if we have time.
We'll make time. You want to hear it.
Sure. So
you can't just tease us. You need to give us something. This is Focus Forward.
Yes. And overall, the ladies here, the sales counselors, will be speaking about the various initiatives ongoing currently with the Grand Bahama Development Company. And it's all about empowering Bahamians through property ownership.
I love that.
And so these initiatives are geared towards that. And then we have one that is really special that's ongoing now, that we really brought back. And it's a twist on something we did earlier, but I'll let them explain it as we get to those initiatives.
Okay.
I want to get to them now.
We will get to them. All right. So let's come over to Ms. Lakeisha right now. And we want to talk a little bit about trends in the market. What is it that you see that's happening in the real estate market right now that impacts potential buyers?
Now, one of the things that I have seen that persons are making real estate investments a little earlier. Maybe some 10 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, persons decided, hey, I want to buy a home and I'm 40, or perhaps 50, it's probably closer to retirement.
Right.
But we have persons 21 years. I took someone on a tour last week, and when she told me she was 21, I was like, you know, congratulations, she was saving her money, and, you know, again, back to, you know, being a sales counselor, a real estate investment is perhaps one of the biggest investments that you would make in a lifetime. So I like to use the term sell it clean, you know, to take someone through that process, you know, through how they qualify. I don't want to just sell you something and then 2 years we got to repossess the property because you weren't able to make the payments. So as a counselor, we help persons to navigate that decision, you know, what your salary looks like, what it looks like now. You got to worry about insurance, you got to worry about service fees. So all of those things that impact the decision on, you know, how that's going to look for you, not only this year, but next year, and, you know, when you decide to build on that property. So definitely, so again, one of the trends we've seen, persons are making decisions, you know, younger, and I definitely applaud young persons for making that decision as opposed to, you know, doing the things that we probably was doing in our 20s, or what Mr. Pratt was doing in his 20s, you know? You know?
A lot of partying.
A lot of partying, right?
A lot of partying.
So tell us then, so we're hearing about this Deeds and Dreams program, and Mr. Pratt mentioned that there are two separate sets of things going on here. So we want to talk to both of you about that just a little bit. Tell us about the
Deeds and Dreams. Actually, that's one of the more popular things. For the past few weeks, the team was doing a tour. So that took us in various different businesses, sharing about what that looks like. Traditionally, our down payment is 10%. So with the Deeds and Dreams, you're able to come up with as little as 5%, and that is backed by salary reduction. So I think how much Fridays we have before Christmas? How much? 3?
Flash Fridays, 3.
No, we have 3 Flash Fridays.
Okay. Flash Fridays
and
4 Fridays before Christmas Day.
And then 4 Fridays before Christmas Day. Exactly.
So since we're on the Christmas theme, and on my Christmas list, I want real estate.
Okay.
So we have a few more Fridays. Very expensive. Very demure. Very demure.
Very demure.
And we have an initiative that addresses that too.
Yes.
You say very expensive.
So we have, we'll talk about that. So we have a few more Fridays before the Deeds and Dream is over. So if you are able to get salary deduction, you come up with your 5%, you're able to take advantage of the Deeds and Dreams, and we have in-house financing that even makes it a little bit more affordable. You don't have to worry about closing costs. Our in-house counsel takes care of all that for you.
Closing costs. I was about to come to you with costs. You know, Vanell, you're looking over here so pretty. Let's talk about this all-inclusive stuff we got going on here. Tell us more about that.
All right. So yeah, we are your one-stop shop. You come to us. We take care of everything from start to finish. You meet us at the beginning, your sales counselors, and we walk you through the entire process. And so yes, the price that we give you, it includes everything. You don't have to come up with anything additional. It's your closing costs, your legal, everything's included. Because a lot of persons ask that question, how much extra I have to come up at the end of it? Is this everything? And yes, it's everything.
One-stop shop.
Yes.
I love that.
So listen.
You don't need an attorney. You come in.
You don't need an attorney.
You don't need an attorney.
Because attorneys are offered
if you're doing in-house financing.
In-house financing.
Okay, all right. Let's make sure I want to make sure that's clear. So that's all in there.
Yep.
Now you said sales counselor. I'm curious, is there a couch in the office when I come in? Because I need to talk a little bit more.
We actually have a round table in our boardroom. So we have really cozy chairs. The purchasing process is.
But I like where your mind is at.
I had to make sure they said, you know, I may come in there, I have some concerns. You know, okay, so as a buyer, I'm coming into you, and if I have no clue about what I want, let's say I'm 23 years old, and I said, you know, I want to make an investment. Everyone's talking about making an investment. Don't just buy a single home. You know, I say I want a duplex or triplex property. That's what you'll be able to show me where that is. You'll take me out there, and when I say yay, nay, we come in and you take care of everything.
Exactly. So how the process works, I mean, to simplify it, you hear about the Graham Development Company either through any of our social media platforms, which is, by the way, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook.
Correct.
Yeah, right. You can get us on that, and then we have our website gbdefco.com. If you go to gbdefco.com, click on the inventory tab, and you can put in and you can search properties by your budget or by zoning. And by doing so, that list will come up for you and you can see. And we also have a phone. You can reach out to the phone contact 350-9096. And each of them have the extension. I think it's 9316 and 9047. 9047?
I'm going to call and ask for the real estate counselors.
There you go.
Don't do that.
Right?
Sales counselors.
So yeah, so that's where you can access right away service that you need by looking on property. So if you're interested in investing in land, it's a very easy 3, 4, 5-step process that you can obtain that information you need to make that decision. And of course, like I said, the sales counselor are available to also help you. When you do make that decision, they take you out on a tour so you can actually see the site. And then depending on where you are in your savings, you may decide, hey, I want to pay it off, at which case, if you do, then the price that you would have seen on the website is favorably adjusted. So that you're not paying the price that you see, you're paying a favorably adjusted price because now you're paying in cash.
I like those choice words.
And if you're doing...
Favorably adjusted. I like the choice words.
If you're doing in-house term payment arrangement, we call it, you can do that up to a maximum of 7 years at 8% interest rate. The sales counselors will take you through what that payment looks like. There's no penalty for early repayment or paying more than the amortized payment over the 7 years. Very simple process, and we really want to see you. And take advantage of this. And I can't wait for them to tell you about Deeds and Dream and all of the initiatives going on.
So I just wanted to get to that because we just have a few more minutes left, but I want to talk about the other initiatives that you guys have to offer. So tell us about those.
All right, so the other one that we have ongoing, it's called Land on Layaway. And usually when you come in, so you select your property, you would have had 7 days to come up with your 10% deposit. But what Land on Layaway does is it extends that time. So it would have started October 1st, and it goes through until December 15th. But it gives you that more amount of time to just come up with your 10%. So you could, plan out your payments over the course of the time, and then come in and apply it to your 10% deposit, and then we go to contract from there.
I cue this music, Land on Layaway. Right. But,
I like the jingle.
But I like that idea because I may see something and I do not have, let's say, $60,000. I don't have that $6,000 already, but you give me the option to do that.
High five.
Okay.
That's it.
That's good.
If I put my real estate hat on and give me a run for my money, then I can't try to compete with you. Just need to come over there, right? But I like that. I say, okay, so we have that. So we have Deeds and Dreams.
Yes.
We have Land on Layaway. Yeah. What else you got? Do I get money back from something, though?
Yes, you do. If you own property, if you're a current owner, we have something called reference with benefits. So if you're someone who, a family member, you have friends who are looking in the market, you can send them over to us, and once they decide on their property and it goes to contract, you get $500. Yes, $500 cash.
Okay.
Cool cash.
Money in hand.
So you benefit.
You don't send it to the bank. You're going in hand. You can decide, hey, send it to my bank. Okay. Pay it and put on my service fee.
What if I refer myself?
That's some good stuff. No,
if I refer myself?
No, ma'am, you can't.
Okay.
So we have to wrap up in just a couple of minutes, couple of seconds. I'm getting the cue, but just wanted to do just a quick round. If I can hear last final thoughts from each of you, and we'll end with Mr. Pratt.
Oh,
Ms. Linnell?
Well, just if you're in the market, this is the great place to start. We have a lot of options and opportunities for you, something for you, and we guide you through the entire process, take you out on a tour. We have young persons coming in. We even have more mature persons coming in looking for properties for their grandkids, for their children. So this is a great opportunity for you to invest in the market, and the market is ripe right now.
It's right.
So yes.
The price is looking good.
And the price is looking good.
Ms. Lakeisha?
Okay, so I'm still in the Christmas spirit. So one of the things that we didn't talk about is our gift initiative, generational investment, friends, family, and trust. So the gift, I already said that my gift that I want is real estate. So all of those, you guys, Santa's made his list. He's checking it twice. So make sure that you take advantage of our gift initiative. I don't want a car. I don't want clothes. I don't want Pandora. I want a gift from Grand Bahama Development.
I love that. GIFT.
Generational investment, friends, family, and trust.
Okay. All right.
Gift.
Good. Mr. Pratt, bring us on home.
Ladies did a wonderful job in promoting the initiatives. I wanted to briefly mention that, again, we're rolling out the commercial part of the F-Coast inventory, which is really, for the most part, on Sussex Drive. Sussex Drive, for those who don't know, is that 2-mile drive that takes you into Celebration Key. Okay. We have, over the last year or so, been getting a lot of calls on, hey, do you have land in the area? Yes, we do. When are you going to roll it out? This week. So now is the time to invest. When anyone asks you when you should invest in land, I always tell them 5 years ago.
Right.
But now, do it now, so that 5 years from now, you can realize the appreciation of your investment that you made earlier. So now's the time to invest. Do not lose out on these wonderful initiatives. We have beautiful people. I'm happy to be sitting between roses and walls. And we have beautiful people at DEFCO looking forward to helping you make the wise decision on property investment.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we want to thank you guys so much for being with us today. Always a good time having you, Mr. Pratt. And ladies, the invitation remains for all of you to be able to come back and join us again. We want to hear how things are going, how Bahamians are now investing in our economy, residential and commercial land.
Yes.
I can imagine all the commercial land is going to be gone, Mr. Pratt. I might as well tell you it's happening. Because business is booming and a lot of people are trying to do some new things. So thank you guys for helping us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Starting this week.
Things done.
We're rolling out.
Rolling out.
We're rolling out the inventory.
Inventory. So we can go on the website and see the information.
Well, it's not on the website yet, but you can call our office.
Okay.
So
call office 350-9096.
And they'll get you the
Got it. And you can get the information, guys. Just make sure that you are following what's happening with the Grand Bahama Development Company. The only way to find out is to go to their website. Make sure to check their social medias. And of course, if you have Mr. Pratt's number, go and look on his website. I won't mention that number here. I don't want to get in trouble. But of course, again, we have so much more information coming your way. So make sure you be with us on the other side of the break. We'll be right back right after this.
Welcome to Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investment. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
Hi, my name is Alexis, and welcome to Variety Vault, your one-stop shop. Here at Variety Vault, we carry a large variety of home decor, bathroom essentials, and kitchen finds. Also, we have bag bags, various sizes, various colors. We have Crocs, different sizes, different colors. We have an arrangement of flowers, home decor. We also carry gas stoves year-round, 2 burners and single burners. We also have bathroom essentials. We're located downtown, 12B Arcade Building, across from Park and Shop. Our phone number is 802-5363. So come on down to Variety Vault today and check us out.
Welcome back to Focus Forward. We are having an informative day.
I still singing.
Isn't it powerful?
Land on layaway.
So we spoke with the Grand Bahama Development Company in our top segment, and we talked about their dreams, deeds and dreams promotion. We talked about the gift promotion.
What you getting me?
Nothing. And we talked about the exclusive, where commercial land is coming into inventory for sale on Sussex Drive
this week,
which is the road that goes up to Carnival. And so you definitely want to be a part of that. If you are interested, just get some information. See how you could fix yourself, fix your finances, adjust, align, and see what you can do.
We need
and
to
take
talk about
advantage
that.
of these
We need
things.
to get in business and capitalize on these opportunities.
I already on my way. What are you doing?
You leave me behind? What's going on?
Maybe she wants to do something together. Let's plan and prepare.
plan
I am
and
all about
prepare.
collaboration.
Better be.
Okay.
This relationship has been together too long.
Okay, I know, right? 9 years. I tired of her, y'all. I might as well.
When are you getting my ring? Okay.
Okay.
Focus.
So we want to get into our conversation. Several weeks ago, we would have had Dr. Stacy Bevins line, who is the Deputy Medical Chief of Staff at the Grand Bahama Health Service. And we had some really good conversations with her, and she was so full of information regarding health and wellness and things that's happening to us or could be happening within the city of Freeport around certain times. And we're coming into that season, Alex.
Cold season.
Yes, where the weather changes and, you know, right? Don't sniffle on us that way. But all those things start to happen, you know. And so we want to be prepared. We want to enjoy the holiday season.
Right.
So we want to be prepared. We want to have as much information as possible, and we want to know what do we need to do and what are we looking out for. So it is certainly a pleasure to welcome you back, Dr. Bevins Lang, for joining us today. So let's start with, I guess, a continuation of our previous conversation.
Yeah.
So we're now into that winter season.
Yes, we are.
We're getting the cold fronts, and some people are getting colds. And we just want to know what are some of the things that we can expect, and how do we kind of mitigate against these things? How do we keep ourselves protected where possible, strong where possible? Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, first of all, we need to plan, prepare. You don't just wait until the winter season to start getting your health and your body in check. So eat properly. Stay hydrated. In terms of our kids, they make sure that all their immunizations are up to date. You teach them proper hand hygiene, coughing, make sure they cover their mouth when they're sick. Do not let them go to school. Things like that.
Oh, yes.
I know.
Yes,
So let me
that's a
ask
big
you,
one.
this is a big thing before we move on. You said cover your mouth when you cough. Are you covering your mouth like this? Like this?
You cough,
Tell me.
Cough into the elbow.
Cough into the elbow.
Yes.
Okay.
And with the kids these days, they watch YouTube for everything. I always direct the parents to certain YouTube channels where they can just, you know, show the children. It'll keep them entertained as well on proper ways to wash their hand and how to do the proper coughing, sneezing. And if they happen to sneeze in their hand by accident, definitely go and wash your hand immediately.
Right away.
Yes. And we do also encourage frequent hand washing with soap and water. You only use the hand sanitizers if you don't have soap and water available to you. And always remember, the Bath and Body Works hand sanitizers are not the ones.
It only smells good.
Not.
You know, so this is the first time I've really heard someone say you have to plan for the cold weather season, and I think because we're so used to the heat, we don't even think about it.
No.
We don't think about the chill in the air and the cold and how we may get sick and things like that. And also with sneezing, you'd usually just sneeze like this, but all that germs just goes out in the air.
Yes, definitely.
Were you coughing this morning?
No, ma'am, I was not.
That'll not be. I was wondering. I don't know. I was a little close to me right now. You know.
And we also want to remind parents too, not every sneeze or every sniffle is the cold. Sometimes we have persons with allergies. We have asthmatics, and we need to be mindful of those situations as well. Now, with the asthmatics, if they do get a viral infection, that can exacerbate the problem, and then we have a full-blown asthma attack. They end up in the clinic, sometimes the hospital. So dress the kids well before they go out. So I know Junkanoo coming up. Everybody's looking forward to that. And it marvels me to see how persons dress these days. My parents would never let me come out with half my shoulders, back, everything is exposed.
Because your parents
in the
probably
cold weather.
catch draft. No, catch
Catch
draft. Can you tell us what the check is, since you're the formidable doctor on this table? What is check?
I still trying to figure that out.
I once wanted to know what the check was, you know. Well, I'll tell you, when I go to Junkanoo, right, I'm one of those parents now. I dress accordingly with layers, but I'd be bringing my blanket inside my backpack. I'm
you know, special. You were special.
I'm not trying to catch
I remember
check.
back in the day wearing a bubble jacket was a thing. And all of the Bahamians used to wear bubble jackets at the time because we weren't used to having that cold. But nowadays, you know, everybody we have winter wardrobes. We take those wardrobes out in those big coats and stuff like that. So we need to encourage the younger people to do that
we
too.
do. We definitely do. Dress
responsibly and just not sexy. That's
not just put it out there.
You can be sexy
tastefully,
or right.
Tastefully.
But yes, definitely
but not
dressed so you don't catch check.
Exposed.
Yes.
We need to figure out what the check is.
We'll find out eventually.
We'll find out soon as when someone gets the check.
Right.
All right, so we're talking about that. What are some things that you find that, you know, very simple things that we're just not doing, or that people are coming into the hospital with that could very well be prevented?
Well, persons are definitely we're not eating properly. And so if your diet is not on point, then your immune system will go down as well. So, and if you have a low immune system, then you definitely will get sick easily. We ask persons to make sure they stay dehydrated. That's one thing we don't do on a regular basis.
Okay.
So, and with our elderly patients, and especially coming into the holiday seasons, everyone is traveling and they're basically distracted. They're not taking care of their elders the way they should. Ensure that they have their proper meals. Make sure they're being given sufficient fluid, because if not, you're going to bring them into the hospital for dehydration.
And what's sufficient fluid, though? I want to know what that is.
I wanted to touch that, and then I have one after that as well. So what is sufficient fluid for an adult?
At least 6 to 8 glasses of water per day.
Does it have to be water?
Oh, well, you could always put some lime juice. Yeah, I know, right? Less sugar. No sugar.
So what if I have coffee? I have a coffee cup that's like 16 ounces, and then after that I may have some orange juice, and then I may have an 11-ounce bottle of water, and then if Glendea decides to give me a little cranberry juice, sometimes I may have another, 10 ounces of cranberry juice. Does that liquid not count? Because how do you expect me to drink all of that and then still drink water?
If you cut back on that cranberry juice you added in there, you could substitute that with something with less sugar in it. Then yes, you can have your coffee, and then you can have your orange juice, and you can have, but even fruits, lots of watermelon, cantaloupes, they're all water-based. So you can incorporate those if you really and truly don't like the water.
Just water by itself.
So what about the food? You're talking about eating healthy. And because of how we eat, generally speaking, right? Can we kind of satisfy those gaps maybe with supplements?
Yes, but if God made it coming from the ground, it is going to be absorbed by the body much better.
Okay.
So
I like the way she answered that question.
Yeah.
It's just like, let me not say no, because you take your supplements, but like you said, if it's available, it's there.
Exactly.
Eat it naturally.
For example, when you get the cold, most persons get the cold. The first thing they do is we drink a lot of orange juice. Right, but the orange juice has a lot of sugar in it. So you're defeating the purpose. You're still knocking your immune system because now the sugar is working against you.
Really?
Why don't you just get the orange?
Fresh oranges.
Yes. So, and in some cases, if you can't get that, then you take your vitamin C tablet.
Because we're lazy.
I know.
I don't know about her, but it's just lazy. Just how do you can stick some orange juice, please?
But you're fighting 2 battles with 1 stone. If you eat that orange, you also got your fiber.
Well, what if I throw this somewhere?
Okay, that's a 2 for 1.
And I don't want to swallow the orange. Maybe I just need to juice it, right? I do a lot of
just juice it.
Just a lot of juicing.
Yes.
Okay, so there you have it.
So you have options. You have
fresh juice for me next week, please.
No, ma'am. So what about some other things? What about some other things that people need to know coming into the holiday season? When you change from, so we have days that are sometimes a little bit warm, and then the evening it gets a little bit cool, and then, and it continues that way. What are some of the other things that we can do? And when we think about persons that are not just asthmatic, what about those that may have hypertension and diabetes that may be impacted? Are they impacted differently? And if so, what can they do?
I wouldn't say they're impacted differently due to the weather change. However, they need to stick to the regimen of taking your medications and sticking to the diet plan that you and your physician had formulated. Most persons are not sticking to the regimen of taking with their medication. If you're on a medication that's once per day, it goes 24 hours. Some persons just take it as they remember. It's not working.
Really?
It's not going to work properly like that. So if you take it in the morning, you stick to the plan and take it the next morning. I always advise, put it next to your toothbrush. If you don't have to eat before, just leave it next to your toothbrush. When you brush your teeth, you take your medication. You're going to brush your teeth, so you're going to take the medication.
Hope they do.
Yes. I hope they do.
So, you talked about that. You also talked about, vaccines. No, as adults, we literally don't think about still having to take a vaccine for anything. Is there any vaccines that we should be taking?
The flu vaccine.
Oh, the
flu vaccine. Yes, and it is done yearly because, the viruses are very smart. They tend to replicate and change up on us. So the yearly vaccines, flu vaccine shots, they're recommended, especially for our kids and our older persons.
Okay.
It's available at the clinics. Every day of the week.
Every day of the week?
Yes.
I thought you was going to come in here and give me and Glendy our flu vaccines.
Oh, well, we can have it arranged. We also have our nurses. We do have nurses that go out and we also administer the vaccines based on requests. But of course, we go to the schools and we give our vaccines to our students as needed. So
and the elderly who are home and can't come out, you guys go out there as well.
We try to cover them as much as possible. Yes.
Okay. So we should. So as adults, we need to make sure you get our flu vaccine. Is there anything else we should be concerned about? Because I don't know about you. When last have you given your son any other type of vaccine? He's gotten them all already.
Probably when he was he got all already based on what I know, what was required, and the extras. Because when you go to certain
college,
private clinics and all of these things,
yes.
you have to do the extras. But a flu vaccine, I don't think he's had one since he was in primary school. When the nurses came to the school.
Okay.
So it's been a while.
Okay, well, we're open and available anytime he's ready.
I mean, she's hammering that in. Get your flu vaccine.
So the flu vaccine, dressing appropriately, hydration, taking your supplements, eating properly as much as possible. These are the basic things that we need to just remember. And when you're sick, stay home.
Yeah, say it again, please. Don't go to work. Yes. Don't send your children to school.
Even if I just put on a mask, you should just stay home.
You are usually contagious in the first at least 3-4 days of. So if you find, in some cases, you may have a cough that drags out 2-3 weeks sometimes, then definitely you can wear your mask. Once you are cleared by your physician, you can wear the mask. Especially persons traveling now. A lot of traveling going on. You're sitting in the airplane. It's a tight space. I advise persons to wear their mask.
Yeah,
to wear the mask
and air.
We sharing air now.
I mean, but when you're in the plane, it's,
random.
That's minimal circulation of that air.
Which is very true. So we're talking about, your flu vaccine and things to do now. What are some things that you would want to tell the public, outside of just for this season? What would you want them to know?
I would say we need to be more insightful. Look at ourselves. Be aware of our bodies more. Preventative care is the best care. It's the cheapest care.
Keeps us out of the hospital.
Yes, it does. And to do that, just do your annual physicals. If you already have a medical issue, follow the game plan that you and your doctor has come up with.
Okay.
That is most important. And just try to always find a way to have yourself uplifted and, communicate with anything is going wrong mentally. Communicate that with someone. And then if you come to the physician and we're not able to help you right away, we can forward you on to someone that can give you some guidance, some help if you're having any issues such as anxiety, depression, because all these things during the Christmas time or the holiday season, we see an increase in that as well.
Wow.
So you just want to...
Sound like a next show.
Yeah. You wouldn't think that those things would be heightened during that season.
Yes, it is.
Yes, yes. A lot of pressure in the holiday season.
And then people are feeling alone if they don't have their family with them. and-
Exactly.
Yeah, so
They're
that
lonely.
creates loneliness, and that sounds like a part 3 show.
Probably.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's do.
But thank you so much, Dr. Bevins Lang. We truly appreciate you having us here. And of course, the invitation remains open. We want you to help us to be informed so that we can try to stay healthy as well. So I'm sure our viewers and our listeners are really happy about getting this information. Of course, we heard it here first. Prepare. Same way you prepare for Christmas, you buy the gifts, you put everything together, you buy ham and turkey, put them in the freezer because you got to get ready to season later. It's the same thing with your health. Make sure in order to be healthy that you are preparing. Make sure share the show with others so that they can learn what you would have learned today. But Alex, we have so much more to come. We have to talk about Christmas in the city.
Flash Friday.
Freeport Flash Friday. Thank you. That's why I have her here, just to do that. Just to do that. Freeport Flash Fridays. We're going to get ready to talk about it. So we'll be right back right after this break.
Welcome to Freeport, the reawakened, the reimagined, the rebirth, the Renaissance capital of the Bahamas. Over $1.5 billion in investments. Marinas, cruise ports, downtown revitalization, residential developments. We're putting the city on the map. Want to know more? Just log on. Your future is only a click away.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Focus Forward. We are having an impactful day. Lots of good information. Grand Bahama Development Company with their land sales promotions for residential and the exclusive they gave us on the sale of commercial land as well. So you want to be able to stay tuned for that. Call into the office, 350-9060, so that you can get the information from them. Of course, we spoke to Dr. Bevins Lang, who came from Grand Bahama Health Services, and she would have shared with us some of the things we need to know to prepare ourselves for this holiday season, the winter season, and how we can protect and boost our immune system so that we can be... Listen, I am on this, all right? Today I am on this.
What else are we talking about?
And of course, now we are going to be spotlighting Christmas in the City and the Freeport Flash Fridays. Okay, we got it, we got it. So we want to talk about Christmas in the City and Freeport Flash Friday, and we are so delighted to welcome these lovely ladies back to our oval table. I'm getting all of it right now.
You on it?
Yes.
I might as well take my mic off and leave and sit in the audience.
Go ahead, ma. Go ahead. We want to welcome back to our oval table Ms. Fatima Zara Kaboub, who's the chairman of the Christmas in the City Committee. Thank you so much for joining us. I gave her a wonderful title today. I know.
Feeling great.
Yes, you know, every time something like this comes about, something new, different, innovative, community-minded and related, those things typically come from you, and so it's so wonderful to have you come and join us.
Well, thank you for having me. But usually when you see me, you know the chairman's office.
Yeah.
You know, St. George's probably not far behind.
Yes. But we appreciate that. We appreciate that. And as well, we also want to welcome back to this table the lady, Miss Freeport Flash Friday, who is also the Business Development Manager at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, who tells us, buy local, shop at home.
Invest in this economy by supporting local businesses.
There we go. So she comes with the tagline as well. Mrs. LaShawn Dames, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You look like Christmas today.
I feel like Freeport Flash Fridays.
You want to see a little Christmas-like space. I want you to get it. Fridays. Yes.
This is
9 years we get it.
Definitely looking forward to this conversation because it's exciting things happening within the city. We're trying to get people out of their homes, into the community, shopping, and enjoying a wonderful time with these wonderful experiences that you guys are going to talk about.
Yes.
So, Ms. Kaboub, let us talk about Christmas in
in the city, first time around.
Well, yes. Well, I mean, it's long overdue, isn't it?
It's long overdue.
We used to have, back in the days of Paul Luca, we used to have a Christmas tree lighting. It was a big event for us. I mean, for us, I know for the Port Authority, but I remember with Lady Henrietta, we used to go, and you know, it was a whole Christmas sort of fest, really. And I really missed it, actually. So on our 70th anniversary, it was decided, well, let's bring Freeport Christmas
back into the city.
Into the
Bring it
city.
back.
Love it. So it's not. I mean, I know Paul Luca will have their Christmas. Will have their Christmas tree lighting. I think it's next.
The following weekend.
So ours is in downtown. So ours is going to be in the square, in the Independence Square, formerly known as
the Churchill Square.
Yes. So that's where we're going to be setting up, and we are hoping to transform it into a little Christmas village with a lot of things. I mean, LaShawn will talk about the lot of the vendors we're going to have. Going to be toys, food, hot chocolate. I mean, everything Christmassy.
Marshmallows and the hot chocolate, maybe?
Yes.
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 Okay.
You want crepes? Chocolates and
Yes.
Okay. No, it's going to be really fun, and also hot dogs, and obviously a lot of those. But we're hoping to have a real Christmas fair for everyone downtown. Anyone can come. It's free. We can have Christmas carols. We can have a Christmas concert.
So entertainment
As well. No, it's going to be really fun.
It's all free.
Really, oh yeah. It's open to the public. I mean, you can go in and buy your toys or buy your drinks, or it's going to be all open, and or sit to just enjoy the concert, or it's going to be all lit up. Everything's going to be decorated, and but we call it Christmas in the City because there's this real push to make it a Christmas in the city. So the idea is city management, obviously with Troy, working on all the roundabouts. So the idea is Friday, Christmas in the City kicks off the Christmas season for the city.
Right.
So all the roundabouts are going to be lit up as well this weekend. So
nice.
It's
Really?
No, it's going to be really fun. I'm really excited about this. Actually.
You're touting something big here.
Yes. Well, it's a lot of little things and sort of coming together to make it. That's why we sort of working with the Downtown Association.
That's right.
Working with the Flash Friday to promote all the businesses and to make it something really special, because at the end of the day, shop at home.
Buy local, shop at home, and we're celebrating the 70th. Yeah, she gets it down pat.
Free advertisement, LaShawn.
Free advertisement. Yes. So tell us more about how the Freeport Flash Friday ties into this amazing event.
So Freeport Flash Friday, as you know, the kickoff day is on when?
Friday.
November 28th, and we're starting bright and early. 8:30 a.m. and we're going to kick off at Kelly's, who is launching the Flash Friday kickoff party. Okay. They're going to be having their huge sale, so we're going to be there from 8:30 that morning giving away prizes and surprises. And then we're going to tiptoe across the street and we're heading down to Paint Fair at their new location. Okay. You don't want to miss it. Everybody knows that Miss Leslie Batista, she is our own buy local, shop at home, supporting local businesses lady. So we thank her for hosting Focus Forward live on location. So if you are following us, you want to meet us down there at Paint Fair at 11 a.m. for prizes and surprises again. And then the most amazing event
hold on, you brushed
of
over
the day.
The fact that we're going to be there and they'll be able to watch us do our thing.
Yes. Oh, that's right, Alex.
Your Christmas
live
thing.
studio audience.
Live studio audience.
For Flash Friday.
Right.
First live studio
Very
audience.
first. They can come on down and they can watch us do Focus Forward.
Yes. So if you're thinking about being there, you definitely want to post it on social media. Get your friends to come out, things like that, right? But we're going to be ending Friday the 28th in the most amazing way with Christmas in the City.
Yes.
Right? So we're going to be starting downtown at 6:30. You're going to have a wonderful opportunity to experience a live concert event with school choirs, church choirs, bands. You're going to have the full entertainment. We have organized with our team, we're going to have a mini fair down there. So you're going to be able to see your local vendors, all of them providing food. So you're going to have some wonderful experience. I heard a little birdie told me that there's going to be this mulled wine experience.
Mulled wine.
Hot wine.
Nice. Hot wine.
So I am over the top excited to experience that. I've never done it before. So shout out to our vendor who's going to be providing that.
Hot wine.
The hot wine. Yes. You have to come out.
that came to mind.
And it's sweet with cinnamon. I mean, it's so good.
Right? Right? That's all she said.
She's having a moment. So good.
But I mean, there's no Christmas without mulled wine.
Right? Well, this has been my first Christmas with mulled wine.
This is it.
All right.
And so we're going to have
New
the
flavors in the
downtown
Bahamas.
businesses supporting us. So you're going to have eats, you're going to have beverages, you're going to have live entertainment.
Shopping?
And there is, yes, shopping, of course.
Okay.
All of this is shopping because we're bringing these vendors out there so that you can patronize them because, of course, it's all about buy local, shop at home.
Invest in this economy
by supporting local businesses. Oh my gosh, you've got the mantra
Make
down.
that commercial.
So
Make that
this
commercial.
is all about having businesses that are actually already downtown as
Right.
well, coming out at the square to be able to house, to have their products
Show their
there.
wares, show their goods, so people can patronize them.
Right
okay?
there.
Right there.
On location.
In downtown. On
in
location.
downtown. So while we're hearing the music and eating the food and having some mulled wine.
Enjoying the concert.
We can just pop right over there to that tent and table and buy some stuff.
The kiddie
Right.
toys, you name it, right?
So what about the businesses who, okay, so the businesses from downtown that want to be a part of this event say, hey, I'm towards the front. I want to be in the square. How do they get there?
Okay, so they are going to contact the DFBA. A very quick way to do that, if you call 350-9000, call 350-9000, and you're going to ask for Ms. Jacolia Brennan. She is our Christmas in the City contact person registering all of the downtown businesses. Now remember, the downtown businesses doesn't just encompass downtown anymore. It stretches all the way back to Raven Mall. So we have...
If you leave it to me, it'll stretch the Queens Highway.
I know, it'll stretch all over, it'll stretch all over the island. I so love you.
Downtown.
Right? So you want to reach out 350-9000, ask for Miss Jacolia Brennan, or even ask for Miss Claudine Pinder, ask for myself. We will make sure that we have you on the list to participate. But remember,
space is limited.
Space is limited.
Stressing.
That's the key point. Space is limited.
But also, just to piggyback on what you're saying, it's not just the businesses downtown. Everyone is invited to participate.
Right, of course.
So the businesses downtown get obviously priority because this is
It's
about
their area.
downtown, but it's not exclusive. So even if there's no room, we'll find room to put more people because it is about shop at home. So anyone who's caters towards Christmas, whether it's Christmas toys, whether it's Christmas food or Christmas decoration, anything to do with Christmas
outfits, Christmas
makeup,
makeup, Christmas jewelry.
we have someone who's doing pyjamas, like family members' pyjamas, like father, mother, children, matching. So there's a lot of
Are you
different...
going to be wearing a PJ?
I was thinking about that, actually.
Let's wear
PJs. I think we should. It'd be so cool.
I have rompers in my story. Yeah.
Oh, there you go, right
Team
downtown.
one, otherwise it's pointless. We have to have the same one.
Right. Oh, I want to be. What if I want to be a different character?
She wants to wear a romper. We don't want to wear a romper.
I have these great rompers at my store. We can. Why do we? Why are you saying we?
So we're all going to be walking around in rompers?
Yes, and Christmas.
Yeah, what I want, I those
I
big
would love to
shoes,
see
those
it.
big slippers with sort of
I have
Santa
those.
things.
I have Santa.
That one,
And I have the
this is what I want.
Oh my gosh, what did we just open up?
I know.
I'm staying away from green.
This is going to get very interesting.
Fun time, Christmas in the city, and I
Yes.
love it. So we're inviting people to come out, to have a good time, to bring their
the kids.
family. You can enjoy great entertainment. Food is going to be out there. You're going to be safe out there because we have our SSF. We also have the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Absolutely.
Out there.
It's going to be an
downtown
amazing time.
on a Friday
time.
evening,
On a
and we're
Friday evening.
kicking off the social season for the family.
There we go. There we go.
And then
But it's
when
a
you
jam-packed
leave
Friday.
when you leave the square when it finishes, you might see the whole city lit up. Maybe I don't know. I mean,
Right.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
So we're looking forward to seeing all of that happen. And I know riding around and looking at the roundabouts with your
coming
kids,
together.
that's something that
Coming
people
together,
do. People do that around the holidays. So this is a full Friday.
This is a full Friday.
8:30 in the morning.
From 8:30 in the morning until
Kelly's
6.
Freeport Flash Friday begins.
Right.
Oh, man.
11
So-
a.m. Paint Fair. 6:30 p.m. downtown Independence Square for Christmas in the City. And then we'll come back to you next week. We'll put out our blast on what's happening next
What's
week
happening
Friday.
next
Because you
week.
know there's a Friday, there's Freeport Flash Friday every Friday until December 12th. So Freeport Flash Fridays.
Exactly. So listen, you may need someone to put the star on the tree, you know. I can do that.
They can lift you up. They can.
Sorry, I missed the most important bit. We will have a Christmas tree lighting.
And Santa Claus? Will he be there?
Santa Claus will be there. And also we'll have little chocolate bags, little candy thing. There's little surprise
so people need to come
toys for
early
the
with their
kids.
kids and while supplies last, they'll get some free things while they're there.
There's
I love things
I know,
this.
it's going to be quite sweet.
That Freeport needs a birthday every year. Yeah.
And then
I think the birthday comes every year.
You know what I mean? Birthday celebrations. That was shady. That was shady.
The sweet thing is when we put the decoration into the square, it will remain on until January. So I mean, some of the, you know, so different events, and people continue to have events. If someone wants to have a private event for Christmas, they can. So it's you know, it's meant to stay for the week, for the whole.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So we now have opportunities for persons in the community to take advantage of the space, and it's already decorated. And I would love to see like a couple get engaged out there, like because I know it's gonna look so gorgeous. Yeah, it'll be so sweet. I'm just saying.
Put it out there.
You know, for the guy that's thinking about it.
Something to do.
Yeah, you
go ahead.
Maybe you want to do something. Well, go to Independence Square.
So let me just go to my businesses one more time. Let me get a clarion call. Make sure the camera's focused on me.
Thank you, Alex.
Listen. Let me show my pretty flyer. Our production team is
I
probably
think we'll
gonna
have
put
it for
a
the
real
screen.
flyer. Right.
Yeah, we're gonna have it for the screen.
So we want to make sure that you reach out to 350-9000. Like I said, ask for Jacolia Brennan, ask for LaShawn Dames, ask for Claudine, or if you can't reach any of those, just by me. Yes. We're going to make sure it gets you on. We want you to be a part of this amazing event. And like Fatima has said, you not only, not just downtown businesses, but all the business. If you want an opportunity to show your wares, show your items, whatever you want to do and sell them at Christmas in the city, you want to log on, get in, email now. Space is limited because we want to have everybody down there, but we got to have places for our chairs, places for our decorations, tents, places for the tents, places for the food, places for the mulled wine, places for the hot chocolate, place we're going to have to give out the stuff for the kids. So we want it, and we want to have
cotton candy.
And you just spilled it out, Jill.
No. We have cotton candy.
And marshmallows in the hot chocolate. Exactly.
Of course. I mean, everything Christmas.
So you want to come out, and you want to be a part. So we're clarion call. Businesses, don't wait for the last minute. We want you to get on board, get in there. Don't say we didn't tell you. And so you have an opportunity to have an audience right there in front of you.
This is the opportunity, guys. Alex couldn't have said it much better, but ladies, we want to thank you guys so much for allowing us to be able to talk about Christmas in the city, Freeport Flash Friday, and a wonderful Friday kickoff for the holiday season starting tomorrow, November 28th. So we want to make sure that everybody is a part of that. Thank you guys so much for being with us as well. I know the time is always so short and the information is always so good, but we're always here. And we're looking forward to seeing you joining us at Pain Fair on Friday, 11 o'clock. First 5 persons come out, you'll get a special gift, compliments of Focus Forward. And we are so delighted to be able to meet some of you, take some photos, and give you some shout outs while you are in our live audience. Alex, great show today.
Gonna be wearing rompers.
I don't know what she's talking about.
So coming out and see us in our little Christmas
You mean the guests? You mean the guests?
And our Christmas outfits on Friday at Pink.
I am not going to allow this lady to set me up, but I'm looking forward to being there and seeing all of you. Until next time, I'm Lindy Sweeting.
And I'm Alex Thompson.
Informing you on the positive things that happen when you focus forward.
Listening to Focus Forward, sponsored by Invest Grand Bahama. Like us on Facebook at Invest Grand Bahama Small Business Bureau to stay updated. And drop a business card at the Grand Bahama Port Authority receptionist desk to have your business featured on our show. Tune in next Thursday, same time, same place, for Focus Forward.
At Fort Montague, I'm Opal Roach.